Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. We took a little bit of a break yesterday because my sleep schedule was all sorts of fucked up. But we are back at it again with some trails through Daybreak II. We are still playing Utawaru Mono today too as well. Or Utawaru Mono, Mask of Deception. I don't know why I said 2. So I have like my thumbnails made for both, but I haven't put up the waiting room for the second stream today. Planning on maybe starting that one up at maybe like 8:30. So we're gonna try to get at least like 3 hours or so in of Daybreak 2 today at the very like minimum. Spent a lot of time grinding, kind of similar to how I mentioned last time with the Marchen Garten. Got some new outfits, got Fairy in a new fit. Went through this one 6 times instead of 8. It's like a lot longer. Spent a lot of tokens, got a lot of Mira. Leveled up a lot of the craft enhancements. Almost anyone who could get this like ranked up has, like at least of like the old crew. Like I don't have much for Fairy yet for some reason, but like a lot of these are looking pretty well upgraded, I think. Like we're even sitting on 10 here for Elaine. When we hit level 50 with her, like those skill points are gonna get put to good use.
Hey, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, and we also got this up where it's 90 now. Bought a lot of.
If you need anything, okay?
Orbaments, got a lot of Sepith. Just waiting until we can get like the tier 2s for like these last 3, like the higher elements. Bought all the plugins. Leveled up a lot of the custom the like Orbament tier, and also did a lot of like Hollow Core upgrading. Like we have a couple at 4 already, so we're like very prepared for whatever the game decides to throw at us. And yeah, that's kind of all I've done off stream, which means like all we have to do technically is like play the game, you know?
Hang in there.
Because we were going at it pretty hard. Like, for reference, I guess, we're 32 hours in. We're 32 hours in and only on the start of Chapter 2. Early morning, how you doing? Happy Monday. Hope your morning's going well so far. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of an early start today so we can manage to fit in 2 today. So hope you're having a good one, yeah, because we're running down Utawaru Mono later tonight too. Was like a little too tired yesterday to the point where like after I got home, I was like, ooh, I could really use some sleep. And then I woke up like maybe like 4 hours ago, I want to say. Had myself a nice lunch, set up some thumbnails, kind of chilled for a bit. Watched the new episode of Umamusume Cinderella Grey. Out now, by the way. Hop on Peak. God, the opening, the ending, the whole show. I'm really excited because the manga was really good. Like as far as I've read up to it, I'm not like all the way caught up. And it seems like it's been like a really good adaptation so far. I mean, it's only episode 1. We may be calling it a little early, but like it felt very like, what's the word for it?
Word has its charms too.
Very close? Faithful. Faithful is the word I was looking for.
What did I need to pick up?
Very faithful to the manga. Oh yeah, we're in a different day. It was yesterday that Van got bamboozled by Aaron. Could really go for a hot bath. I was tempted to drop by here yesterday after we wrapped up work. Yeah, that 3 episode rule, true. They could fumble, but I don't know. Umamusume hasn't done me wrong. Even season 3, which wasn't as good as the previous seasons to me, I think was still like watchable. Yeah, but we didn't have time, and even if we did, I doubt we would have been in the mood for it. I settled for a shower at the hotel, but I didn't get rid of the fatigue. Heck, I'm still kind of worn out. In that case, how about we make a quick stop? I believe a change of pace could do us all some good. The maid's encouraging us to slack off. Damn, all Gehenna must have broke loose when I wasn't looking. Finally open? Yeah, also feeling a bit better today too.
You're really giving off 40-year-old man vibes right now. You sure you're 25?
Aaron wearing the glasses. Oh, we took the glasses off of Anne. We took the glasses off of Anne, put them on Aaron, and Aaron's being a freak wearing the glasses in the sauna. Gotta say.
Can it with the old man bit for a second, will ya? Let me enjoy this. And don't forget that you're gonna be 25 in 5 or so years too. When people start calling you old, I'll be the one having the last laugh.
Nah, I'm gonna be young at heart for life. Just you wait. Even at 50, I'm gonna be cast in loads of female theater roles. My seduction act's leveled up since our long night trip, you know.
Oh, is he gonna say some sus-ass shit again too?
See?
Damn, okay.
Oh, for the love of Adios. You're such a damn brat, you know that? Oh well. I can endure your shenanigans when I'm here. This is the epitome of relaxation.
Have I mentioned before that I always thought it was epitome? I guess epitome makes a lot more sense.
Even you seem to have loosened up a bit too. Someone harmed your family. I know for sure that you're pissed, as you should be.
Oh yeah, but he really lost it back in Daybreak 1, no? He's grown.
But you haven't gone rushing off on your own, which is exactly what the Aaron of last year would have done. That's a sure sign that you're growing up.
Don't act like you can see right through me. I've just learned that there's only so much I can do alone. I pounded that lesson into my head. I'm not relying on you, Fairy, or anyone else. I'm just not turning down hands when they're outstretched. If I'm gonna fend off the thing that's inside me, and if I want to prove that I'm different from him, I need to accept help from others.
Really a Van light. See a lot of Van in Aaron.
And you've been thinking the exact same thing. After all, you did just say you'll be laughing at me in 5 or so years. You're actually thinking about the future. That's a sure sign you're growing up.
Way to throw my words back in my face. You're right, though. In that way, we're in the same boat. We really ought to pull ourselves together, don't you think?
Whoa!
Hey! Hands off the hair!
Damn, that head patting bug. It never really lets go.
This is a nice treat. It's not often that you and I get to share a bath together.
I suppose you aren't wrong. Although, I have accompanied you a number of times at one of the public baths in the capital.
Alright, I know, like, anime, but, like... And, like, it wouldn't be that type of game, but... It's kind of funny to think they're just, like, wearing their towels in the water like that. Like, that shit's gotta be soaked. Like, pure... That's heavy.
By the way, I noticed you've grown a little since our stay in Longlai.
You think so? I can't really tell myself.
Well, you're almost 14 now, so I would expect a growth spurt or two in the coming years. Bear in mind, though, that even with an organic body, you will not grow much once you've reached adulthood.
Is that really how it works? Huh. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for by then.
Yeah, also, Fairy, no glasses in the water.
Is something on your mind?
Oh, it's nothing. Just spaced out for a sec. Hey, Rosette. I need your advice on something. How can I, become like you and Agnes? What do I have to do?
It seems she is coming into her womanhood.
Alright, I think I'm ready to hop into the sauna. Time for my revenge. You're not beating me this time.
Can we not? I'm so sick of these dumbass endurance contests. I've told you, saunas are a sacred...
Aw, don't tell me you're leaving already.
Huh? What's Shizuna doing in here?
What the hell? What are you doing here?
And also, is she not wearing a towel?
Oh, you know, I
Oh,
heard
no,
you
no,
guys
she
were
is.
in here and thought it'd be fun to hang. So here I am. What's wrong? You look like you've just seen a ghost.
They're just like, what the fuck? Was that fairy blushing? Bro, where'd she come from? Who let her in?
Oh, so mixed baths aren't a thing here? That's weird. Oh well, at least it was only Van and Aaron, so it's no biggie.
How's that supposed to mean? Ah yes, I heard mixed baths were a custom to the Far East. Men and women who've never met before sharing a bath? That kind of thing would never happen in the Central East. Didn't the person at the front desk try to stop you? Nah, I was in stealth mode. I totally forgot to turn off my camouflage when I came into town. Incredible. That's my goat. Have no words. Anywho, this almond ice cream is amazing. It's just the thing I needed after that hot bath. Glad I took your recommendation. And I'm glad you liked it. Don't you just love that almond jelly flavor? That exquisite velvety sensation in your mouth? It's the quintessential dessert of the Eastern Quarter. If you don't get a taste of this every chance you get, then what are you even living for? There he goes again. You done with your dumb sweets rant? Great. Now let's actually talk about shit that that's actually important. Hey, they're important to me. Now then, we have a few questions for you. Chief among them being, what brings Ikaruga as second in command to Longport? Yeah, it's getting serious here. And you're not in your usual combat attire. What's with the wardrobe change? Oh, this? I spotted him in one of the shops and thought, oh, I have to have that. Though I really don't know much about Western style clothing or fashion. Does it look weird on me? No, it looks really good. Big outfit changed. Nice step up. We love the jacket. Nah, I think it suits you. Well, I guess it's true that you don't stick out as much in this compared to that battle suit. But that's neither here nor there. Aw, why are you so tense? I'm not here to fight, I swear. This meeting was a total coincidence. Things have died down with my main gig, so I thought I'd take some time off. I'm here on vacation. Well, aside from me picking up on the occasional odd job here and there, a girl needs spending money. Look at you, going through life without a single care in the world. That odd job bit is suspicious enough on its own. But I can't help but wonder what the main gig could be. Does that mean that whatever they were up to in Long Lie's finished? Shizuna's got really good, like, fashion. I like both of her designs. That, like, first jacket, since we got that flashback and I got to look at her again. She knows how to dress. There's some things in life you're better off not asking about. Fair enough. Hey, did you just read my mind again? Stop that. You are truly an enigmatic figure. Anyways, I just came to this town on a whim. And it's a good thing I did, too. Things are getting pretty interesting around here. Word is that there's been some faction disputes between Heiwe, or within Heiwe. This whole place is like a powder keg set to blow. The concept of interesting's pretty screwed up. You realize that, right? What, you getting your sick kicks from watching people suffer? Well, when you put it like that, it makes me sound pretty heartless, huh? Nah, honestly, I'm mostly just interested in the foremost fighter person. Oh right, we heard about him from Jack yesterday. He hasn't made any moves yet. At least none that we've heard of. Not to change the topic, but do you mind if I ask you something? You know any good sightseeing spots here? Maybe some fun activities? Oh, well, that's random. Thanks to everything going on behind the scenes, most of all the tourist attractions are closed. I really wanted to do the eroded cave tour, but no dice. Well yeah, we did that last year as part of Ashin's request. We were there. We're getting a trip down memory lane. That attraction's run by Heiwe. Now that I think about it, I don't think they've done any tours since the beginning of the year. Is it possible that they closed for the winter season? Nah, they're supposed to be running them around year-round. Anyway, we didn't come here to be your personal tour guide. If you want one, go ask for someone else. Wow, so cold. You got a block of ice for a heart or something? Well, I better get back to work. Got another one of those odd jobs to do. Good luck with whatever you're up to. Though I have a feeling we'll be bumping into each other again real soon. I want to play as Shizuna again. If they let me have Shizuna in the Marchen Garten, we're like never letting go. Her field battle like moves are like so good. That crazy lady's taking a real shine to us, huh? Ugh, she'd be much less of a hassle to deal with if she was just some battle crazy idiot. And here I thought this would be a good chance to relax and unwind. Now I feel even more exhausted than before. Same. I wonder what her odd jobs entail exactly. Who knows? No use racking our brains over it.
What a nice bath.
Do we need to take another bath for the challenge?
Feel free to.
I hate getting sweaty, but I could get used to this.
Ugh, I'm really working up a sweat. I feel better than ever after that.
Stay warm out there.
Yeah, just to be
You
safe.
hear?
Bayfon? Wait. You're that guy Wong's been hanging out with lately? Guess I have seen you two shooting the breeze. Yeah, let me run that back. What did he say? Kind of feel bad for taking Wong's surfing, or feel bad for taking Wong surfing. I didn't think he'd throw it. Oh yeah, we read about that. Really hit it off after he was training me in Taishin. I've been taking him out for fun ever since. He may look old, but he's crazy adventurous. Anytime I invite him to try a new sport, he's all in. Still, surfing was a little too much for him, so I've been racking my brain around what we should try next. Something less rough, maybe. Just don't let him go too far, alright? Yeah, that's the trainer from the first game. We were doing like the request for him. Martial arts is the only hobby Wong's had since he started working here. But he seems to have his heart set on finding new hobbies ever since he retired. That's why I've been trying to get him into sports more popular with young people, you know? In exchange for when he trains me in Taishin. Wait, was this him? Oh, shit. Well, if it isn't Aaron and that Spriggan fella, great to see you boys again. So what do you think of the baths? You're Wong, right? Aren't you that guy who was teaching Taishin over in the park in Newtown? See, we should have talked to him before we talked to his friend. Also, Itayo, hello. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope your day is going well. Sunday, Monday. So I guess he must have stopped training people and decided to open up, well, maybe not open up, but he took a job at this hot spring. Now that I think about it, I guess you did mention something about running a bathhouse. And here I was wondering why you weren't out training today. You must have been here the whole time. Huh. Didn't realize you guys had met already. Anyways, it's kind of weird seeing you working the counter again. Last time I saw you here was ages ago. Well, you see, not long after my first meeting with Van here, I threw my back out while trying to surf. Dr. Longkai warned me to lay off martial arts for a while, so said I should get as much bed rest as I can. Guess that explains why you've been working the front so often. Need something to occupy that live wire brain of yours. You certainly seem quite spry for a man of your age. Well, I'm not always one for telling my elders how to behave themselves, but try not to overdo it, alright? Anyways, we'll probably swing by the bathhouse again at some point. See you then. Apologies for worrying you. I promise to be more careful. Just know that you'll always be welcome here. I should be at the front desk duty for a while yet, so feel free to stop by whenever. Tried all things, putting aside retirement, experience to hire. Okay, even wants to surf again. Is he? Yeah, we're gonna check with a lot of the NPCs that way. That way we don't miss out on too much, because I feel like I might have been missing out on some like critical NPC stories by like avoiding reading So we're just gonna read and like only really talk or like break it down when it's interesting, like I said before. Take a look at this. Think we could do something fun? They have alcohol. What do people do about? Oh, they're just bottles. Yeah, like kind of taking the bottles out back and like breaking them. He keeps going on about how much stuff I know, but the only reason I'm good at catching bugs and fishing is because I've done it so much. That's how it works. Experience is key. You must just... Sometimes you just gotta run stuff down. Now that I think about it, I don't think my meeting at the Great Spire is happening till 7. Yeah, I gotta roll over the urns and barrels. Things have been real touch and go ever since that situation with AOA. Okay, he's still doing tour guides, I see. Nothing to say in regards to my master's son. Right now my priority is focusing on my duties. I must polish my abilities for the sake of my family. Master's son? Where is the master? Master Tai Long's out at the moment. He said he had to investigate something in relation to a former pupil of his. By the way, I heard his son's planning to drop at the dojo soon. Don't know why I'd bother though, especially after he turned his back on us like that.
Well...
Foreshadowing. Somebody was talking about how there's a bunch of bad stuff happening over in the First Ward. Wonder what it is. Are the Liu and Lai families fighting over something? Why can't they just get along? If AOA falls into disarray now, I worry for our future. For my grandchild's future. And how are these guys doing? These goons. Can't believe what happened to the Liu family though. You really think it was all the Lai family's doing? Yeah, I heard the Lai family still got a few members running around. Don't think it could be anyone else. Damn it, just what are they up to anyways? Wonder what made them change so much. Maybe the foremost fighter could fix things. He's gotta be around here somewhere. Yeah, a lot of foremost fighter talk. With the Lai family out of the picture, I kinda figured the Liu family would take the chance to expand their territory. But what'll happen if the Liu family goes under with them? Will Longport even survive? I guess there's not much we can do about it. No telling what'll happen to us now. Still, we'll do everything we can to make sure the second warden we know and love stays safe and sound. I know the Lai family can be seem pretty rough around the edges at times, but they're the ones that made the second ward a better place to live in. Pretty disappointed in them. All their greed and double dealings have made this a real mess in Longport. Never actually heard anything about the family head getting his hands dirty, but he was the one that put everyone up to this. We will prove his innocence. Seems the owner's training in Kowloon Hotel really paid off. Every time I visit the area, I made it a point to eat at this restaurant. The exterior looks a bit folksy, but you'll be sure to sample the most innovative flavors of the century.
Welcome to Laifu Fondian.
Today's the day of the Great Longport Cook-Off, and our restaurant's gonna be its proud host. My sister's sure to win this year. Why don't you guys come and check it out? A cook-off? We're so there.
What can I get for you? Thanks a bunch.
Take it you're the one that put out the Forsbergen? Something about trouble with the cooking competition, was it? I assume that means you're the Spriggan I've been hearing so much about. Well, I'm glad you got my request. That's such a relief. I see you brought the prodigy along as well. It's nice to meet you, Aaron. Yeah, it just happened to work part-time for the guy. Anyways, I heard a good bit about you, Mei Xin. Word around town is that you're a really skilled lady that took over this place 2 years ago. Even managed to brush off pressure from the Lai family. Really? That's so cool. Oh? That's because my big sister's a Teji Chushi. Oh, I've heard that's the highest rank a chef of Eastern cuisine can reach. Chan-chan, you always make such a fuss over nothing. You know how I feel about those big titles. You know, I actually think I've been here before. I remember there was an old man running the place back then. Told me his eldest daughter was training over at the restaurant in Kowloon Hotel. I'm guessing you're the daughter he was talking about. Your old man must be pretty proud.
Now there's some praise I do like to hear. Would you mind if we got back to the matter of my request, though?
By all means, but I'll admit this cooking competition doesn't sound like the kind of thing you need a Spurgin for. Great long pork cook-off, right? All the restaurants in the area are free to participate. I've been to it a few times myself. I was actually planning on going to this year's competition too.
Chinese translation is literally Iron Chef. Oh. Thank you. With all the trouble around here lately, it'd be nice to have something to lift our spirits and take our mind off things. There's another side to it too, though. The elders who support each other's restaurants use it as a competition to maintain their standing. As it stands now, the head chef at Taoyuan restaurant, which is currently closed, has been invited. So has the new food truck in Newtown. Taoyuan restaurant. That's the place we were at when we fought the remnants of the Lai family. I'm surprised to hear they'll be participating. It sounds so exciting, especially with so many people involved. Honestly, I'm a little nervous about it all. You see, the usual event space isn't available this time around, so they asked to hold it here instead. It was supposed to be at the Kowloon Hotel, however. With all the issues that cropped up recently, they decided to opt out of participating. And with me trying to get ready to enter the competition myself, I'm just about at my wit's end. I was hoping that maybe you could help me out a bit. Does that sound like something you could do?
Let me think.
We get to be sous chefs?
Every year, all the restaurants, yep.
Sure thing.
Alright, we'll take your case. Considering the whole deal with Heiawei, we're probably the best people for the job anyways.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. Now I really need to put my all into this year's competition. Could you explain a bit more about what you'd like us to help you with? Of course. Well, first, with the Liu family's trading business having gone under, several places have been unable to stock enough important ingredients. From what I've heard, Gyuhua Fondine and Huirine have been hit the worst. But Taoyuan restaurant and that food truck in Newtown have apparently been just fine. Actually, Meng Xiao's food truck seems to be doing more than fine. I knew I could count on you, Chan. Thank you for looking into it for me. As for our place, I believe we have what we need for the time being. However, if it's at all possible, there's one thing I was hoping you might find for me.
Oh, what would that be?
It's a slightly unusual type of Laojiu by the name of Tian Feng Quan. The person who ran the brewery passed away a while ago, and they closed down not long after. It's been quite a collector's item. I'm not sure how many bottles of it are even left now, but I just know it would be perfect for the dish I'm planning to make.
Got it. Let's see if we can manage.
Thank you. If it ends up costing anything, I'll take care of the fees, so please feel free to tell them to put it on my tab. And even if we can't find it, I can still make do, so try not to worry about it too much.
Okay, you kind of make it sound like there was more issues than just not having enough ingredients, though.
Well, it's a bit hard to explain, but it almost seems like there's someone trying to sabotage the competition. In fact, just this morning I found some of the cooking wine in our pantry smashed to pieces.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. Unless you got like really big rats. Wouldn't be surprised if Taoyuan's head chef was behind it all. Guess we better go see what the other participants have to say. That'll give us some insight into who's done it. Should also help us figure out the supply issue.
I would really appreciate it. Please let me know if you find anything.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Holy cow! This food is amazing.
Have I talked about the fact that I've been dealing with mice lately? Like a lot of mice. It's unfortunate. We live near like a lot of horses. And I think they like to live in like the hay bales and like the stables and stuff. So in turn, sometimes they'll go out and explore and just end up in people's houses around here. One of them being mine. So we're kind of dealing with a little bit of a mouse problem. And there's been one particularly annoying mouse that's been hanging out in my room. And I know exactly where too. I'll see him pop out from under my cabinet and like steal some of my dog's food. Like one night where I was up at like 2-3 a.m. I saw him crawl out from under the cabinet. Little guy.
real tiny little guy. And he was just like holding an angle, watching my dog. Cause like my dog will chase him off when he notices them. But like he was just like standing next to the dog bowl, the dog food bowl. Just looking at my dog for like a solid like 5 minutes while he was asleep. And I was curious, so I just didn't move and kept watching him. Then the mouse looks up at me. That's the definition of a pet, pretty much. It feels like it. I do like mice and rats, but not when they're being like a pest. And this one is definitely being a pest. But like I was saying, it was like standing there just looking. And then it like looked at me. It turned its head. I looked into its eyes. I like stared into its soul. It started moving towards me, and I was kind of worried that it would like jump at me. But I still didn't move. We had like iron will. We were like prepared for whatever might happen. And as it got closer, like it moved really, really quick. I saw it go into my dog's, like right next to my dog's like kibble bowl, pick one up by the mouth, just one, and the kibble like on its own was already the size of this dude's head. I saw it pick it up in its mouth and just fucking bolt it under the cabinet again. I'm like, yeah, there you go. At least I know where they're getting food from, and they're stealing it from my dog. Was it staring menacingly? No, it was scared. It looked like it was like a very tactical mouse. They're thinking with their brain. I really need to catch that motherfucker though. And you know, I think it's been kind of worse lately because recently this year we switched over to like non-lethal traps. So like we had these like I want to say they're like containers that the mice will just like walk in and like the door will snap shut, like keeping them stuck inside of this little tube. And then we can just go ahead and like catch and release them. But I think since we've just been catching and releasing them and not actually dealing with them, they've just been like going on like a homeward bound ass journey after we like dump them off in the wilds. And like finding their way back to my place every time. Because this year we've had so much mice. Like literal infestation levels, and I feel like it's because they keep coming back. Because there's no way we've caught this many, and it's only been this year that it's been this many, and the only thing that's changed is we've been using the non-lethal like catch and release traps. Because I think from January until now, because they like to come in during like the winter months because it's like really cold out. Like if they're cold, we're cold, let us in. They like to come in during the winter. And I think from January until now, we've probably caught and released about 50 or so, give or take. So this month we switched over to back to the old like lethal glue traps, and yeah, gotta say the numbers have dwindled. I think they were just coming back. Like for now, I think it's just the one in my room. So I gotta put a glue trap next to the hole it keeps coming out of. Hope for the best. Yeah, time to buy an owl or a snake. You know, we do have owls. There are owls that actually live in the trees behind my house. And one time it was mega unfortunate because I think my neighbor had, one of my old neighbors, this is way back when, I think an owl took their chihuahua. So those owls are like, they truly are birds of prey. And I also remember, I mean, speaking of like getting like animals taken, there was one night where I released a mouse, and literally no less than 10 seconds after I let him go, there was a cat who went and picked up that mouse I saw it. I saw it happen real time. Where that cat was probably just like pre-aiming my release. The mouse got taken up like instant. Chihuahuas weigh like 20 kilos. Yeah, it was kind of a small chihuahua. But yeah, it's kind of... Yeah. I don't think it got far, but they did find it. Rough time, rough time. Like, have you seen those videos of like falcons and stuff too? Like looking at like chihuahuas, kind of crazy. I always remember this one video I saw where there was like a chihuahua just chilling in a car with like the dash cam or something, and then there was like a falcon just like hanging out on the windshield, just like continually trying to get in. Just Google the adult chihuahuas are like 3 to 5 kilograms. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I'm a little bit like America like NA brained, so I'm like not too confident in my like kilograms. Like I'd say like a chihuahua is probably like 4 pounds, 6-8 pounds, somewhere around there, in that range. We used to have a chihuahua. She was really old. She passed away from like old age and stuff. But we had her for like 16 years, and she was really tiny. Anyways, yeah, enough talking about small animals getting taken away. Let's go back to this cooking competition. Let's see. Hey, isn't that lady... Is she a friend of yours? Nah, but I've heard about her. I think she's a hostess over at the Italian restaurant. Oh, I get where you're going with this. Their head chef is supposed to be taking part of the cook-off. Let's go see if she knows anything. Well, if it isn't the Prodigy. And I take it you're the Spriggan. Should have figured a hostess of the Lai family restaurant would be in the know. So what does the little boy from Lou want with me? Oh, little boy? Aaron? Not really a little boy anymore, but whatever. We just got a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Yeah, promise we're not looking for a fight with the Lai. We're just curious about the head chef at the restaurant you work for. We hear he's got an invitation to the Great Longport Cook-Off. Oh, so is that what this is about? Yeah, Yansu's been pretty excited about it. The restaurant may be closed for the moment, but he's blocked off the entire section of the kitchen to prepare for the event. Oh, he must be real fired up for it. Well, he takes a lot of pride in being a chef at one of the Longport's finest establishments. He was feeling a bit let down by the closure, but this cook-off sure has let a spark under him. While we're on the topic, do you happen to know if he's run into any issues while preparing for the competition? Wait, who said that? Oh, Rosette. I don't really recall hearing anything from him, really, no. The only thing I can say is that he's been feeling a lot of pressure lately because of everything that's been happening with the Lai family. I see. That makes sense. We're just doing what we can to support the cook-off, so please tell him to give us a holler if he needs anything. Got it. I'll let him know. Thanks for the offer. You know what? I should pre-aim this right now. Let me go grab a towel, and let me go grab a cough drop. Because I can already feel my nose plugging up. I hate it. I'm gonna need to like figure it out one day. Maybe like medical procedure this, because it is so annoying. Like, I want to talk, and then like I feel my nose plug up, and here I am just like, fuck. Yeah, maybe next time I'm at my like doctor's or something, I'll talk about it. See if they know anything about what's going on. Pretty much had to deal with this ever since forever. Okay, be right back. Real quick. Like actual quick, maybe like 10 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds stops. Okay.
So...
Alright. I think that was about right. I mean, I'm technically still not back, but I'm here. I'm just reaching into my Cough drop cabinet. Hoping I don't stab my finger with like a thumbtack.
Very well.
I should really separate my cough drop cabinet from my thumbtack cabinet. Like, putting my hand in blind, kind of crazy.
Right.
Okay. Here, we'll just check to see what she has to say before we move on. Had Chess been working really hard? Okay. Cool, cool. Then I guess we'll go to the first ward? Oh, okay. This is just like the first area, actually.
Let's do this.
Guess I could stop by for a drink.
Are these guys the food cart? No, this is the theater. I know this is a restaurant. We stayed here last time. Well, if it isn't Van and Company, how can I help you? Mei Shin tells us you're going to be competing in the cooking competition. She wanted us to come check on you. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, yesterday we were just like super duper tired, so we moved trails to today, and we're also gonna do Utawari later. I actually fell asleep at a real like human hour. Cause I got in bed at like 8, I think. Like I posted a community post. Oh. I rang like a speaker ringing sound from my video. Did my phone go off? Oh, what the heck? Why is my mic going off? Not yet, not yet. I'm trying to figure it out. Let me try unplugging and replugging my mic. Low speaker volume? Yeah. I'm letting it play. It's like my mic is constantly sitting at... Why is it resting like that? Okay, wow. Alright, I figured it out. That's weird. So apparently what was happening was my mic was sitting in its shock mount, like super awkward, and it was getting like a low rumble from the vibration of my desktop, I think. Because it was like a low bassy sound, no? Like a speaker ringing sound from your video. Like it was like a and that's what I was hearing, I think. Unless it was something else. Unless I fixed a different problem. But yeah. I think it's good now. Thanks for the call out. Appreciate it. Yeah, Mission was telling us you're competing with the cooking competition. Wanted to come check on you. That girl is such a sweetheart. Always looking out for the others. You could stand to learn a thing or two from her, Wuhan. Of course, dear. I'll be sure to do that. Anyway, she said you guys were running a little low on some ingredients. Yeah, I was hoping to go with something a bit more expensive for my competing dish. I wanted to get my hands on some fresh red crab, but the seafood traders have seem to be out right now. Red crab meat is often used in the Eastern cuisine, isn't it? I hear it carries a high price tag because it can only be found in very select locations. In the West, it is also known as carmine crab. Wow, it's a pretty fancy choice for a restaurant like yours. What's that mean? Are you calling my restaurant budget? I guess that's what, I guess what you're saying is that due to the Liu family's trading being frozen, they're simply in low supply right now. Exactly. There are some other suppliers around here that we're friends with, but they're fresh out too. And to hear them tell it, someone came in and bought out their whole stock. Bought out their whole stock? Maybe that's what Meishin meant by sabotage. It's possible. In this case, I think we can help him out if we just find another way to get him some crab. We'll look into the supply shortages on our end. If anything else comes up, please let us know. Just try and focus on your cooking for the time being. Thank you for your help. It really means a lot to us. But yeah. Yeah, hope your Sunday's going well. Like I mentioned, I think right before I cut myself off and we did the whole speaker thing. I was like, yeah, I was super tired. Went to bed at 8 p.m. yesterday. I think when I wrote my community post saying that I was gonna move trails to today, I was already in bed, kind of half asleep. And then I ended up waking up again at 1 o'clock. Stayed up for a while. Found out Cinderella Grey had their episode released at 2 a.m. So I stayed up, watched that, posted it to every Discord server that I'm a part of. And then I went to bed.
Things get hairy around here again. I'm counting on you to help me out.
You got it, Pops.
So we still kind of went to bed late, but we split up our sleeping, so we woke up at a human hour.
Aaron's here to help us.
The citizens are more composed than I expected, given the present circumstances.
That's because they know Aaron has their backs.
Way to go, little Spriggan of Longport.
Shut up, I'll kick your ass. Still, I need to hurry up and fix this situation before it starts affecting everyone in town.
I wonder if Aaron's taken on too much, if that's gonna be a plot point. Cause I'm definitely getting some Crossbell, SSS, Aaron vibes, you know? Where maybe people are depending a little too much on Aaron to fix their problems.
Come on in. My stuff can't be beat. I'll be waiting for you. What'll it be?
Hello, present for Swin.
Thank you.
You're free to take a gander. I take great pride in all my merchandise.
Couscous? You know, I've heard of couscous. I don't know what it is.
Step right
Let me
up.
look up what a couscous is. It's such a fun name for a food. Couscous is a traditional North African dish of small steamed granules of rolled semolina. Huh. It kind of looks like fried rice, but a little different. Oh, neat.
Take all the time you need. Be seeing you.
Yeah, it's like Asia version of rice, yeah.
Hey, friend. Got something you'll like.
All thanks to Aaron.
Yeah, I'm a little too rice pilled. Growing up having rice with pretty much every meal has been disastrous for my other cultural food knowledge. Rice is just so versatile though. You can do so much with rice. Like, I couldn't imagine just having like meatloaf and like vegetables and like, I don't know, I guess you'd throw like a potato in there or something. Yeah, you know what, mashed potatoes are kind of like a staple in a lot of like as like a lot of Western sides, aren't they? Like you get like mashed potato or like not a hard boiled potato. The hard boiled is an egg. What are they called? Baked potato. You get like baked potatoes or like mashed potatoes or like little like dinner potatoes, like the little red ones. You can just like stab and eat. Yeah, cream of rice is just oatmeal. Yeah, real quick, we'll check with everyone here. Hey, aren't you that guy from... Oh, we did a Force Brigand for you in Tharbad. Did we? Oh, this is the fucking kid in the... Oh, they're going on a little family vacation. The little kid who was like a thief for a little bit and then got taken in. Yeah, that was me, alright. Glad to see you again. You sure haven't changed, although your team does seem a little different this time. Wait, who's saying what? They're helping me do a restock on some of my supplies. We also wanted to show Sinem around Longport a little bit. This is our first time seeing the world beyond Tharbad. I told you that we didn't have to. But I guess these buildings are pretty nice to look at. Feels like we're in some far-off land.
You haven't seen nothing yet, kiddo. The food, the drinks, it's like a whole new world. Actually, since we're here, why don't we head on over to the theater? We might even be able to catch a show if we're lucky.
That does sound kind of interesting. Wait, no. We came to help Munir shop for supplies. We can do all our sightseeing after we finish work.
Alright, you got it, boss.
You're always so dependable, Sinem.
Damn, looks like she's grown up a little. He was just a smart mouth shrimp back when we were in Tharbad. Yeah, glad to see she's doing well.
That's character development. That's Tharbad's daughter. So this is Longport, huh? It's so much more impressive than I imagined. I'd like to look around some more, but we need to make a few purchases first. Manira is fine, but for a market manager, Fazil can be way too easygoing sometimes. It's such a pain to keep him on task. You know, I was a little worried when Sinem first started working at the bazaar. But now I don't know what we'd do without her. She's practically our biggest asset. She and Fazil get along so well too. It's hard not to smile when they're around.
Sinem seems to be enjoying herself. I'm glad we decided to bring her along. Anyways, we should hurry and get our business settled so we can take in all the sights.
Sid. Oh yeah, Sid is Aaron's friend.
I wanted to let Aaron know as fast as I could, but by the time I got to him, Pandaren had already been taken into custody. Not like we could do anything for him. I'm sure Fawn wouldn't want us trying to get in the middle of it either. It's all the more reason for us to expose whoever set the Liu family up. You be careful out there too, Aaron. There's been some weird rumors floating around since yesterday. They've got me a little worried. It's like somebody's trying to hurt your reputation or something. Doesn't sound like that big a deal to me, but I'll make sure to keep my eyes peeled.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, just a retread. Was a little concerned about what the mood around town would be like. Okay. Just a little mom and daughter shopping adventure. With him studying abroad, I'm sure Zin must be worried sick after finding out his dad. Oh! They mentioned Zin from Crossbell. I'm sure Zin must be worried sick after finding his dad was arrested. I hope he's alright. Don't worry, Alshin's already got in touch with him and told him to stay put. He's apparently already been talking about coming home. I didn't realize. Well, I'm glad she got to him before he could do anything. Not forgotten. Just delegated to like one chat with like a character in the first ward. It's hard not to know how our daily lives will be impacted now that Heiwei eldership is out of balance. Sometimes it seems like Longport is simply fated to suffer. True. Can't go home with Ellie there. Well, Ellie just has to come over here to Calvard. Make a little political trip to like see her dad. We've been getting more visitors lately from the anxiety. God, talk about anxiety. I'm so sick of hearing that one song. If y'all are like brain rot, like real, like TikTok shit like me, there's this one song that like uses part of like somebody that I used to know, like I think the opening or something, and it's just like my anxiety or like something like the entire time, and it's like, ooh, man, I am so sick of hearing that song. Like genuinely, I swear, like I hear it everywhere. We sent medical supplies over to Dr. Longkai. Been praying for a swift recovery. Praying at the church. Okay. Then we saw the arrest for tax evasion. What if the Heavenly Mother's too busy dealing with all that to help me? I'm sure Idios can do both. Idios can watch tax evasion and also help her children.
Opening planner.
Yeah, I generally, I think the song is just called My Anxiety. If they drag Fondarn away, all I can do is watch. I intend to protect Lady Oshun with my very life. Although I guess I haven't heard it in a couple of days, so there's that. Things can't be all bad. Husband's been pretty worked up. If only he'd spice up our menu while he's at it. And then Ahab the Fisher. Will he find his white whale? Ahab was Moby Dick, right? I don't think I've ever actually read Moby Dick. Like, that was never essential reading. Back in, I assume it would have been high school? We drove all the way to Edith like this, not letting him get away with it. What happened? Seems like the cops are too busy to deal with all the Heiwei stuff. Oh, this must be related to like the sub-story here. think Downey wanted to come earlier. I said no because I still had some stuff to take care of. Wish I'd listened to him. If they don't get the car back, I'm gonna have to listen to Downey grab about for the rest of my life. Oh, they got their car stolen? I'm glad you enjoyed it so much, but I don't really plan on making stage shows a part of my job anytime soon. Yeah, they glazed for yesterday's performance. Us coming back as special guests is now the question, though. Yeah, I believe that several books were dropped from the curriculum around the late 2000s.
What would you like? Will you stop by again sometime?
Yeah, because the books that we had to read were like... I know we did like Of Mice and Men, we did Brave New World, we did Great Gatsby. Those the only three? I'm like really trying to think back. It wouldn't make sense. Of Mice and Men, yeah, Great Gatsby, Brave New World. Did we read 1984? Oh yeah, the short poems from Edgar Poe, yeah. I think we did that too. Robinson Crusoe too. Pride and Prejudice? No, we actually didn't read Pride and Prejudice. I mean, maybe like the more advanced classes did. I was a pretty bad student. Like on top of me having my whole like sleeping problem, because I'd always fall asleep in class. I was like, I really fell off, you know? I think like, it was around middle school where like, I really had problems with like keeping up with academics, I think. Maybe late middle school, I'd want to say. And then it kind of just followed me all the way through like high school until I got into college and kind of like locked in. I was like okay at like English and stuff though. It was pretty much just when it came to numbers where I was like really struggling. Because I love English. I love like reading and like writing. History was cool too. I was a big history nut. And I liked science up until it got mathy. But yeah. Okay, is that everything in the first ward besides this Fort Spurgeon? I see a blue check over here. Isn't this the doctor? Oh no, this is the bar. Gotta go home and make short run deliveries. Beta the truck driver. I don't really care who's in control of Heiue as long as I get to drink my heart's content. Yesterday was pretty shocking. One of our regulars saw what went down and immediately came to tell us about it. Honestly, I'm worried about Ashin. Heiue's princess or not, those are her family members. Can't even imagine what she must be feeling. What if Ashin has like a monumental crash out and goes like sicko mode?
What would you like? Come again.
You guys, huh? Kinda figured you'd show up eventually. All that commotion was definitely surprising yesterday, but most folks have been going about their business as usual. Seems like that's Heiue's doing though. Guess they wanted to step in and keep things under control. Well, yeah. This may just be a family trouble to them, but it's in their best interest to keep citizens from panicking. Anyways, we can assume that drinking first thing in the morning is your own brand of business as usual. Hey, this is my first drink of the day, alright? Let a guy take a chance to relax. By the way, are you guys familiar with Seven Hearts? That's the card game that's been real popular recently, right? This is the first time I'm hearing of it. Seven Hearts? The rules are a bit different from the other card games, but that doesn't stop me and Haley from getting hooked on it. It's good for workers to take a break every now and then, don't you think? What do you say to playing around?
I don't think that sounded as convincing as you thought it would. Perhaps we'd like to take you up on that offer at a later time. Oh, new minigame? At the end, the number of cards left in each player hand and the remaining life totals total up. Okay. So a big number win. Other player in the blue frame is your partner. If your partner is first, that means you win too. 2v2s? I'm down. Alright, we'll play a round of 2-1-2. Better pick a partner, Van. Here we go again. Whoa. Aaron. How to play. 11 types, 4 attack, 4 special, and 3 high elements. 46 cards in play. 6 attack cards, 4 special cards, 2 cards of higher elements. Players can use 1 card per turn. If any damage is currently stacked on the field, only certain cards can be played. Players will be ranked by their remaining life points. If it's a tie, the player closest to the start will be ranked higher. The game will end if the players are 0 life points or if no cards are left to draw. Okay. Kinda reminds me of Blade in that way. Yeah, and then we got like Elemental. Reduce the field value by half if field value is 0. Deal normal attack damage. Okay. I'm sure it'll tell me all that in game too. Okay. Clear enough.
All right, let the games begin.
So, how do I know I'm deal 2 damage to the next player in the turn order?
Anytime this century.
Okay, man. I'm using Firebolt. Oh, and then negate it by using water? Is that it? Reverse the order. And wards off damage. Sure. Oh my god! So it's like Uno rules. You can stack that shit.
Damn it! Rematch now!
I mean, the games are pretty fast. But that's kind of nasty.
All right, let the games begin.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm gonna fucking murder Haley. Oh, never mind. Aaron, lock in!
This one's my trump card.
Earthguard will make it so I take half. Or I could kill Jack. Uh-oh. Oh no. I gotta be playing some heals, I guess. Negates damage and allows you to exchange hands with a player of your choice.
Anytime this century.
You only got 1 card. What?
You're so screwed!
Man. It's still not good.
I'm in a league of my own.
Oh, we won though, because they won? Okay, thanks, Aaron. Good job. By the way, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Planning on finishing Suikoden 2 today? I was thinking that mess from last year with the life family was finally calming down. But now the Liu family's caught in the eye. I worry whether the flames fueling the feud of theirs might spark a whole new fire.
Well,
How come that we can still, like... There's still a thing on him. Is it because we need to keep playing 7 Hearts? Or is it just showing that I can play 7 Hearts? And we'll do one more. If it doesn't disappear after we win, I'm gonna assume that, like...
All right,
we just...
let the games begin.
It's just there to let us know that it exists. Yeah, we can keep stacking. Back on Path of Exile 2. Oh yeah, the big
you're
update.
pretty good.
I'm in a league of my own.
Okay, I think that's just there to let us know we can play 7 Hearts. I don't know how I feel about that mini game yet. Seems okay. Aaron, see you bit springing today. You need to go anywhere? We'll give you a lift. Okay. Winds seem unsettling today. Alright, yeah, let's do the theater. Yeah, my buddy was like really excited recently because I think both Wilds and Path of Exile got updates. Are you the mean hoe that sent out the Force Brigand request? I see you've got Arian with you too. Thank you for coming, Spriggan. Yes, I'm Minho with Red Star. And you brought Aaron along. That's very encouraging. Oh yeah, man. With me on board, I'm always smooth. It's always smooth sailing. Anyways, what's this I hear about the dragon chariot going missing? It was over in the main plaza up until yesterday, right? I have a question. What exactly is a dragon chariot? Oh right, I suppose if you're not from Longport, you probably wouldn't be too familiar with it. It's a yearly tradition, kind of a symbolic thing. Every year, the most influential people in Heiwei invest large sums of Mira into preparing a high-class luxury car to put on display. Then they show it off at the Lunar New Year festival to impress anyone with eyes. It's to make sure everyone knows how rich and powerful Heiwei is. I hear in the old days they used to do it with boats and ox carts. Ever since Red Star came around though, luxury Obro cars have been the staple. After the festival, it gets toured around to every location you can think of before eventually being auctioned off. Auctioned off? Then I suppose the Eastern Theater serves as its auction house. That's correct. In fact, the Dragon Chariot was supposed to be brought into the theater today. We were actually having a meeting about it. Unfortunately, just as we were getting ready to proceed, it disappeared. If we don't do something, our company will be out on a huge investment. That's not even to mention how much it will convenience our partners in Heiwei. Is there any way we could enlist your services to help retrieve the Dragon Chariot? Well, what do you say, old man? Let's see. Sure. They're never gonna hurt me for taking on a request, I hope. Alright, we'll take the case. Heiwei's not really in a place to deal with this right now, and I've had my fair share of experience with stuff like this. Besides, as a casual fan of Orbital cars myself, I want to see whoever stole that beauty brought to justice. Casual fan, he says. But I'm with you. We can't just let some 2-bit thieves get away with something like this. I appreciate your support. To be honest, I was pretty worried you might not take the job. It's an incredibly expensive vehicle after all. If you don't manage to get it back, Red Star will be at a huge financial loss. This may not be relevant to the investigation, but exactly how much is the Dragon Chariot worth? Let's see, the chassis base is one of Red Star's more pricey models, the Nexus 3. Then you've got the embossing work from the first-class professional, the pure gold ornamental pieces, the golden outer coating. The manufacturing cost alone would be 30 million Mira. I have 200,000. That's a lot of Mira. Okay, so like, has Zemuria also been going through like an inflation period? And not in the weird way, but like the money way? 30 million Mira? I can't believe someone would pay so much for a single car. And when it comes to time to auction, the highest bidding price usually goes well beyond the original value. There's no doubt the thieves would be able to make a rather significant profit from it. I imagine they mean to use the money to fund their criminal activities. From a risk management perspective, this case seems absolutely critical. Alright, first things first. I need you two to tell me all the details about how this car was being transported to the theater. Any moments you can think of where the car could have been stolen? Yes, you see, the Red Star crew started moving it into the theater around 5 hours ago. They finished about 4 hours ago, after which everyone decided to leave. Unfortunately, right around that time, there was one issue that cropped up. It prevented us from being able to keep a proper eye on the chariot. Oh? What happened? As soon as they started bringing the car in, the revenue service decided to show up for an audit. We were so busy dealing with them, there was no time for anything else. Seems like it took forever, too. The auditors only left a few minutes ago. They did it. It was the auditors. An audit from the revenue service, huh? Well, that's how it all ties together. And right after Fan Lu just got arrested on false charges of tax evasion. It makes sense that other businessmen would start being suspected of fraud too, but you gotta admit, timing's pretty suspicious.
Yes, it's hard to believe it's a coincidence. Either the criminal knew the revenue service's exact schedule, or perhaps...
I'm ashamed at our lack of vigilance, but because there were so many crew members on hand, we assumed everything would be fine. Perhaps some of them noticed something we didn't. Don't you think you should have given them more clear instructions? You guys were the ones in charge after all. Either way, it wouldn't be a bad idea to ask around the theater. We just need to take it slow, trace their path step by step. Let's get to it.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
30 million Mira. That's not easy. That's not easy money.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
What's up, Fuka? Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bug you. Fuka? Persona 3? I think I also named my Phantasy Star Online character Fuka.
Aaron, what can I do for you? Actually, those people with you, aren't they...
Yeah, we just have a few questions we'd like to ask you. You heard about the dragon cherry being stolen, right? We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yes, I have, in fact. I even gave them a bit of a hand when they were bringing it in. But I'm sorry, I really don't have any idea when it was taken.
Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice if anything felt off at the time? Come to think of it, are there CCTV systems in trails? I can't really think of sections of the game where they have like security cameras. Is that like a thing that they haven't done yet? Because I feel like a security camera would solve this problem instantly. Even the smallest detail you can remember might help us. Did you notice if anything felt off at the time?
I think I might have been a bit paranoid, but I guess there was one thing. About 3 hours ago, someone from Red Star came back to the theater with a big truck. I assumed it was just some additional servicing that needed to be done, but I was so busy at the time I wasn't able to pay them much attention. That certainly does sound strange. According to Minho, the crew started leaving the theater about 4 hours ago. Even if they had forgotten to take care of something, it would be unusual to send a single person without informing anyone beforehand.
There should be. They have body cams. Oh, you know what? Do they have body cams? I don't remember if they have body cams. Mino had his hands full with the revenue service right after the actual Red Star crew left. That would be the best time to get the car out without anyone noticing. Yeah, and I'm betting the Red Star guy she saw was a fake. If he played the part well enough, nobody would even blink an eye if he stole the car.
I'm so sorry. If I had paid more attention, this wouldn't have happened.
Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Oh, right. Yeah, because they had the camera footage with the, like, dudes getting wrecked by the Crimson Grendel. Good memory. I totally forgot that's how they got the camera footage. Nah, it's not your fault, Fuka. Still, don't you think a truck big enough to haul the Dragon Chariot would stand out in a place like Longport? It'd take quite a while to find a place to hide it.
Maybe someone involved in transporting goods might know something.
Now that I think about it, that delivery guy, Anthony, runs mail all over Newtown. He's probably got a few contracts in the shipping industry. Wouldn't be surprised if he knows something. Let's get going then. Yeah, because I'm thinking like a lot of problems in Zemuria might be solved by like a good security camera.
Opening planner. Go, go, go!
Also could go for a coffee.
Why don't we see?
Doesn't look like any kung fu movies are playing right now. Have y'all ever watched Ip Man? Ip Man is probably one of my favorite, like, kind of like martial arts movies, I think. I don't know if you would count like The Raid, but that movie also goes pretty crazy too. I tend to pick the cheapest and most filling meals for lunch, but eating food for its efficiency and nothing else isn't much fun. We will eat rice and boiled chicken every day. No seasoning. Because that's extra calories. Yeah, man's gotta add that muda while punching.
Welcome.
It's so good though.
Please take
Fun
as
movie.
much time as you need.
Thank you for visiting the Kowloon department.
I hope to see you again.
What would you like? We hope you enjoy your stay as you browse the finest goods Lockport has to offer.
Should we buy one of everything? We'll buy one of everything. Just in case we need it.
Please stop by again sometime.
I work at the trading firm. Oh, I work for a trading firm in the Libero Kingdom. As I'm sure you can imagine, they want me to come and do some business in Longport. But with the whole hayaway issue, I've been having to do more information gathering than anything else. This stuff could really impact my work. This town certainly has no shortage of crazy happenings, huh? I mean, it was only last fall they had that one incident.
The finest goods Lockport has to offer.
Hansen. Did we remember Hansen from Sky? Yeah, if you recall correctly, the character of Ip Man was based on a real person. Mm-hmm.
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
It feels like they might break down when you need them.
What'll it be?
Thank you for visiting the
Oh, we were looking for these. We upgraded like everyone else's weapons and we couldn't find a few.
Hope you enjoy your stay as you browse the finest goods Lockport has to offer.
Anything for more evasion? Feather vests. But that drops everything else for Van a bit. For 2%. Ooh, this is giant though.
Welcome.
You know what? 2% getting to 30? Something about that like rounded number makes this more interesting to me.
We hope you enjoy your
Thank
stay
you.
as you browse the finest goods.
If we can get
Lockport
insight on Van, bro is never getting hit.
Why don't we see?
Well, that food truck got a line. You know, I work for a drug manufacturing company. Last year, we approached the Kowloon Financial Bank about financing one of our ideas. Yeah, we remember him. Actually, might be the one to turn them down this time. Damn, Kowloon Financial Bank is not recovering. Middle management is stressful. I see.
the Great Spire, you'll find the Kowloon Financial Bank. But with the mass media covering Fanlu's arrest, we're quite crowded yesterday. Things have largely settled down. It's like how the US stock market's looking right now. Wah! Did I already talk about how I feel like I maybe got lucky? I'm not the most financially literate person, but last week I pulled all my money out of my 401k and put it all into an IRA. And then apparently with everything that's been going on, everyone's like 401ks have been like really like in the dumps. I don't know if it affects IRAs too. It probably does. I don't think I'm that lucky, but if I am, neat.
Pasta sound.
Has been getting pretty rambunctious lately. Maybe take a little break. Oh, is she gonna fall asleep in the park? That's why I come here to practice sometimes, but all she does is sleep.
Hi there. Want to try something? Come again.
Looks like a new stand cropped up recently. Apparently they're serving Eastern cuisine. Does Sura know about this? They'll have a major impact on my future. Right, he's like the pasta guy, the pasta cart. The one who had us very confused.
So that's why you left in such a hurry, huh? The evidence was undeniable. I had no choice but to make an arrest.
Oh, these two.
You seem to be a little unconvinced, though. You always were one to err on the side of caution. All citizens are innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. But this might actually put a real damper on Heiwei's influence. Sounds like they're in for a rough time. Definitive evidence of tax evasion, huh? Honestly, nothing substantial has found its way to me yet. But this might actually put a real damper on Heiwei's influence. I understand why you'd be so unsure about how to proceed in the situation. You've always had a stronger sense of justice than most. The guild may not be making any offenses at the moment, but we're here to help however we can.
What would you like? Please stop by again sometime.
New competitor on the block. Okay. Not like it matters to me, competition or not, my job remains the same. Smile, chit chat, and sell some snacks.
Welcome. How can I help you?
I read that as barbacoa, and I was like, whoa, they got barbacoa representation? Babosai?
Please come again.
That lady in the kimono is so pretty. Kimono? Oh. Where? Oh. Isn't that Lucretia? Or whatever her name is from Ouroboros? She actually smiled at me too. Oh man, I should get back to concentrating on work.
This is positively delectable.
Well, well. If it isn't the Spriggan and his adorable little assistants. Fancy meeting you here.
I kneel.
Huh?
And you are?
Wait, I know that voice.
The hell are you doing here? Enforcer number 3, the golden butterfly?
Oh, please. Call me Lucrezia. Or even Retzi, if you so wish. I certainly wouldn't mind.
You're that lady from Ouroboros.
Careful, everyone. As you well know, she's one of the strongest members of the society.
She's just here for dinner. Let's not bother her.
Oh, there's no need to be so tense. We're all friends here, are we not?
And that mole too.
Why don't you join me for some tea? This restaurant's beverages are simply to die for.
I didn't even recognize you at first. We have not seen you without the black veil that masks your face.
Yeah, but I have. She had on that exact same kimono when I ran into her in Longlai.
It's not as though I have a pressing need to hide my face. I just think it looks rather stylish, as does this kimono. It may not match the style of dress popular in Longport and Longlai, but I think it suits me rather nicely. Wouldn't you agree?
I hate to admit it, but yeah, I do.
What are you doing in a public place like this anyways? Since the end of last year, we haven't heard anything about the society, not even a peep. I thought that meant you'd pulled out of the Republic, but I guess that was wishful thinking.
There is no need to worry. We weren't planning anything, at least not at present. I am actually here of my own accord. We enforcers are afforded a great deal of freedom. As long as we do not interfere with the society's overall aims, we can do whatever we please and go wherever we want.
You're joking.
I did hear enforcers have ample autonomy, but I'm having trouble comprehending how the society can function with the measure in place. That particular perk is only extended to enforcers. The Anguists do not have such luxury. Unfortunately, this is not a pleasure trip in full. I had to take on a rather troublesome assignment. Oh, perhaps I could request your services, like we did just before the Rashian's death game. You want our help again?
Sorry, but the answer's no. Our interests aren't aligned this time, and frankly, I don't want to get wrapped up in your bullshit. You might not be as bad as the Oathbreaker, but that doesn't make us friends.
My, you don't miss words, do you? Very well then, I suppose you two seem to have your hands full, so I won't force this issue.
Glad you're so understanding. Now I'll be taking our leave.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There is something I wanted to show you. What do you make of this?
Is that Pleroma grass? What? A petal?
Yesterday, there was a minor disturbance at a high-class restaurant in the second ward. It piqued my interest, so I took a look around and found this lying in the corner. I think it's quite pretty, but I have not seen a flower like this in the area. Perhaps it got attached to the soles of someone's shoes and fell off. Yeah, maybe so.
I get that this isn't exactly a request, but I'll be honest. I ain't exactly a flower expert. Don't expect a report or anything, alright?
Well, of course. Thank you. Until we meet again, Spriggan.
My. This is positively delectable.
Pretty. Being asked to find someone so exceptionally good at hiding is such a burden. Although given the situation, I understand why they deemed me fit for the task. I'll have to give them a stern scolding when I find them, or perhaps a scalding would be more appropriate.
Who's she looking for? Oh, Mr. Arkwright. What brings you to our humble establishment today? We heard you were planning on participating in the Great Longport Cook-Off, but Shin asked us if we wouldn't mind helping us out. Ah, I see. Always so selfless, that one. I'm a little surprised that you guys are going to be taking part, though. Sounds like the different houses in Hayaway have a bit of a stake in this whole thing. Well, you do make a fair point. But we didn't want to let Mei Shin down after she put so much effort in putting on the event.
She really has a way with people, huh?
Yeah, makes sense. She seems to do a lot for the community. Anyway, she mentioned that you guys are having trouble getting your hands on certain ingredients. Yeah, I suppose that sums up our situation. I'm trying to figure out if we can make substitutes, but we haven't been able to obtain any Jade Dragon's Eye. Is that like an herb?
I'm afraid I haven't heard of that ingredient before.
Oh, right, my apologies. Jade Dragon's Eye is a top brand of longland fruit.
Glasses? Nah, I trust. This is like the not devious glasses. This is like the Machias glasses, the Dudley glasses. I look at this and I think Nurge more than I think evil.
It's extremely high quality. It's also exactly what we need to have a fighting chance in the competition. And no longland fruit. It's stuff they always put in the Eastern medicine. All you need is some high quality longland and then easy.
If it's used in medicine, maybe there's a stock of them reserved for medical use somewhere. Or medical use somewhere. Perhaps they might even have some of the higher quality that they'd be willing to share.
Seems pretty straightforward. We'll go check with somebody who might have some medical supplies stashed away. By the way, Kuwano, have you had any other issues lately? Like somebody doing anything to mess with your food or something? Now that you mention it, we have, yeah. Although it's rather minor, all things said and done. This morning I found that some of our plumbing out back was damaged. There was water everywhere. We had somebody come out and fix it right away, so it wasn't a complete disaster, thankfully. But we had new plumbing put in last year. Feels like somebody did it intentionally. Yeah, it does sound pretty fishy. Might just be a coincidence, but it's still worth suspicion, I think.
We can look into that more on our side, though. For now, just focus on keeping your customers fed. Thank you all for your help. I'll go ahead and get on back to work then. Be seeing ya.
My, this is positively delectable.
Bring him some Jade Dragon's Eye. For sure.
Opening planner.
So I guess the last thing... Oh, there's actually a lot. How many requests did we take on? Wanted to keep an eye out on the Calvard Financial Bank, but on the Calvard Group as a whole. There's no secret, like, cafe inside the Bracers Guild, right? Anyway, was always trying to keep us pinned down. We had a hard time widening our reach in the area.
Very well.
Yeah, we got Xiaoling here. Being a sound designer has probably got to be a lot of fun. Like, I'm just listening to, like, the footsteps as I, like, run up and down, like, these stairs on, like, the different terrains. It's, like, really satisfying to hear, like, the folia, like, the wood panel into the stone and, like, back on the wood. It's partly why whenever when I was working, right? Anytime I had a chance, I always loved doing, like, the sound design for the game. I would just, like, find stuff in my room and, like, record it on my mic and do, like, a lot of, like, tweaking to make it sound, like, different. Then, like, a little bit of, like, voice acting stuff. We'd make, like, growls and, like, yelps and, like, barks and stuff. It's always a ton of fun. Working with sound is fun. So you've come, Spriggans. Well, if it isn't the little girlie from the Gekka School. Heard that your big brother's here in Longport. Lai Lian, right? Though he was trying to put on some, space between himself and home. If memory serves, he was working at a department store in Edith. You said he wanted to have a bout with, you wanted to have a bout with him while he was here. Hasn't it been a while since you've seen each other? This is the only way he'll listen to me. I need your help to get it done. That's why I'm challenging him to a bout. Ideally, I'd like to pair with one of you for it. A fight between siblings. May I ask why you would do such a thing? My brother is next in line to take over as the head of the Gekka School. And yet he's run off to the capital. I'd like to convince him to return home. The Gekka School's dojo. That's over in the 2nd ward. You don't agree with what he's decided to do. So you want to fight him, win and force him to take on his responsibilities. Is that it? Not exactly a complicated plan. And complicated is kind of our thing, you know? Seems pretty satisfied with his life in Edith. Why not just let him be? I understand the path he's chosen, but we're born into the main house of the Gekka School. As a family with deep roots here in Longport, we have a duty to our heritage. Well, I get all that, but why can't you just fight him one-on-one? Because I want him to take the fight seriously, which I know he won't do if it's just me. That's why I'd like to duel him in a pair. If he has to deal with more than one opponent, he'll have no choice but to fight in earnest. Spriggan, please, help me. You know, she's kind of smart for that. Not gonna lie. That's giving it some real thought. Yeah, got it. We'll help you out. We know you guys pretty well after all. Thank you, I really appreciate this. Alright, in that case I'll pair up with you, Xiaoling. Been a while since I sparred with Li Lian. Wonder if he's got any new tricks. Does mean you're gonna be going up against Van and your brother though. That okay with you, B-Rank? What's that supposed to mean, brat? Mr. Wei, did you attend Xiaoling's dojo as a child? Yeah, I mostly just went there to play when I was a kid, but Li Lian helped train me sometimes too. He used to be a real hard ass though. But I think I prefer that over the whole lazy bit he's been pulling lately. Back then, everyone in the dojo wanted to be just like him. The nostalgia. But now's not the time to be getting sentimental. Let's head over to the dojo.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
we're gonna be fighting Van. Okay, I do want to do this
Let's be on our
first.
way.
This seems kind of cool. How's my Aaron set up? Because we're not gonna play against we're not gonna fight against Xiaoling and Aaron, right? Like that doesn't make sense for the report. Unless we want him to win. Though I guess it doesn't really matter who wins. We're just kind of helping it happen.
Commencing maintenance.
.416.
Switching. Commence.
How strong is Van? We've been pumping. Oh my god, Van is so strong. Van is so strong.
Don't worry. Modifying your ornament, are you?
461 attack.
Don't activate.
Commencing maintenance.
Do I have something to feed Aaron? I don't. I mean, Van is our protagonist, though. He will be getting fed. He's got to be, like, very defensive. Since he's our Asian guy.
What's more?
Yeah, like I was saying, though, 33 hours already. Kind of nuts. I'm expecting to finish this game also at, like, 90 to 100. Well, if it isn't Van, you're a ways away from Edith, friend. I'm surprised you knew I was... Ah, yes, my little sister. I'm sure this will be exciting. Brother, I demand we have a duel. Your skills have withered in your self-exile. As your family, it's my duty to beat you back into shape. Oh, that's no way to greet your brother, Xiaoling. Right on the steps of the dojo, no less. Actually, I'll have you know that I came here on my own volition to renew my sense of purpose. Like I believe that. You're just snooping around because Baba is out. Oof, saw right through me, huh? Sorry about my little sister trying to drag you into this mess, Van. Look, Xiaoling, I'm just a pharmacist now. I've really decided to leave the way of the martial arts to you. I only came back here on a whim. Hey, would you guys mind escorting her home? Brother. Stop treating her like a child. She came here to talk to you about something serious. Don't you think you're being rude? Yeah, get him, Fairy. I guess Fairy would be the one to chime in here with her brother being Kasim and all. She may be your little sister, but she still deserves your respect. You can at least hear what she has to say. Guess you're right. Fairy, thank you. Lilian, I've never given up on my dream of bringing you back to the dojo. So if you win our duel, promise me that my dream will, if I win our duel, promise me that my dream will come true. In return, if I lose, I'll resign from my position as a bracer. That's kind of huge. Hey, hold on a sec. You would go that far. I see. You're very determined, aren't you, Xiaoling? After all, you've even brought the Spriggan along. Which means you knew I wouldn't get along, go along with this otherwise. I take it you understand my resolve then. Now let's... However, I cannot accept those terms. I'm assuming you plan on me pairing up with Van. Somebody from another school in a battle to decide who succeeds to Gekka. You see where I'm going with this, right? You have a point. He's got me there. I wonder who would make a good replacement. Not that I plan to help search for one, mind you. My poor old back would simply give out on me. Hey, I thought you were finally taking things seriously. Who are we gonna get? It really didn't sound like he'd be budging anytime soon. So now we gotta find someone to take Van's place, huh? What a pain in the ass. Martial artist that can not only match Lilian's superior skill, but also a practitioner of the Gekka school. I doubt many fit the bill. Can we get, like, Tao to jump in? I would want to beat his ass. It's gotta be someone we know. What about that guy at Longkai Clinic? I see, yeah, I'm sure he'd be a good match. Let's go have a talk with him.
Time to depart.
Oh, did you hurt something?
Like, the owner?
Allow me to assist. Hope to see you again.
Van gave a brief explanation of the situation to Shenli. Shenli? I see. I thought I'd heard something about Li Lian's return. Please, if there's anything you can do to help us. As a bracer and a member of the Gekka School, I'm sure you can imagine how I feel coming to you of all people. But if this is the only way to convince my brother, then I have no problem asking a former Shangshu for help. Former Sungshao? I've heard the price is high for leaving the role of Shangshu. Well, I won't deny it. Look, we have no intention of digging into your past. All we need is a little help. I'm assuming you know Li Lian. Yeah, I guess you could call us childhood friends. We used to go to the dojo together. There's a lot of Gekka practitioners in Heiwei's ranks. I never stopped training, but not because I want to keep up with my Songshu days. No, I keep training because I'm committed to never performing acts of violence ever again. I think that's more than enough about me, though. To be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of what Li Lian's true intentions are. Yeah, me too. In any event, the past doesn't matter now. I want you to help my brother, help as my brother's childhood friend, not as a former Shangshu. I expect he remembers the core principles of the Gekka School. Violence is to be rejected, not embraced. Yeah, I remember Master Tai Long teaching us that. Why not give him a hand then? Dr. Longkai. Don't worry, no. I think you should do as your heart desires. You're right. For the sake of an old friend, I accept your request. Thank you so much. I'm sure my brother will be thrilled. I was also hoping to finally get a sparring with Van, but it seems like it wasn't meant to be. Please, I'm more than happy to sit this one out. Maybe next time. Anyhow, please give me some time to prepare. I'll come by once I finished up over here. Alright, let's head back to the dojo.
Let's be on our way.
We're speedrunning this request. This one's going by like super fast. Brother, we found your match. Like, oh shit, what's up, man? Been a while. So soon. Well, this certainly wasn't who I was expecting. It's been a while, Li Lian. And now even poor Shenli's been dragged into my baby sister's selfish schemes. I imagine you're not exactly thrilled to be here, huh? I'm just glad to get the chance to help a friend in need. Look, if you want to keep lazing around for the rest of your life, all you gotta do is win. No need for any sappy shit. But you're gonna have to clear up all the stuff you threw away to the wayside. Your actions affect more than just you. This running away is a bad look. Alright, I accept your challenge, Xiaoling. Yes, that's all I wanted to hear. I wasn't so sure he would accept. You've got this. I'll be expecting you not to pull your punches, Xiaoling. Now, let's do this. Of course.
Deploying shards.
Alright, Aaron. Lock in.
Go easy.
Boost level maximum.
What do we got? An S-Craft.
Quick and dirty.
Do we maybe just let him get the hit in and steal the S-Craft from Xiaoling?
Activating skill.
Ooh, I didn't want to do that. But that's fine. He's probably the guy that hit. What? He stole it?
It's go time! Playtime's over!
Okay, well, okay, we managed to, like, not take that at least, which is good.
Fight!
Activating skill.
Blink and you'll miss it! Sword for me! Phoenix Dance!
Oh, he got put down quick.
Can't go on.
Here's our chance.
Keep going!
These nerds will be beaten. Yeah, they don't know what we got.
You'll be sorry for that!
Alright, now like a crazy ass back attack.
Don't drop your guard!
Is it possible? We can't.
We're not done here.
Man. Okay, I think the back bonus is probably going to be better than whatever I get with the SLM.
Activating skill.
Two hits with Aaron. Put him down for good. We did it. We did it, Aaron. We won. Like there was ever any doubt. Oh, my bones haven't seen that much action in a long time. You don't even look winded, Aaron. I didn't think I'd ever get to fight alongside you again, Shenli. Your skills sure have gone dull, though. Well, I could say the same for you. Let's just say we both did our best and leave it at that. You know, I think this duel has given me a better understanding of you, Lilian. And still, I believe you to be the best choice for taking over the dojo. You're more than qualified, even as you are now. It's what Baba wants, too. I'm glad to hear you say that, Xiaoling. Really, I am. Xiaoling, alright, come on. You saw how washed this guy is. However, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. I'm sorry. But you promised. You said if I won, you'd take over the dojo. Unfortunately, little sister, that isn't quite what I said. Besides, don't you think it's a little strange for a person who just lost a duel to be put in charge of a martial arts school? Why are you so... The request was just for us to participate in the fight. Now that it's finished. Oh, screw it. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to give him a push in the right direction. Attempt to provoke Lily. I mean, yeah, I feel like Xiaoling is kind of in the weird here. Like, if Lilian isn't about it, like, I don't think you should do it. You gotta have your heart in it. You know? Other people are gonna look up to you, and like, if you're not all the way in, like, that's gonna reflect on the students. Listen, Lilian, I know better than anyone how annoying kids can be, especially stubborn ones, like her. They usually don't listen. They can't stop sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. They just plain run you ragged. Hey, why does it sound like you got something to say to me? Because he does. There's a time when kids have no choice but to face the truth. When they need to be told what they don't want to see for themselves. And isn't that the best time to give them a hand? I think I see your point. I can't give you a concrete answer at the moment, but... whether or not someone is qualified to become the next master isn't simply a matter of martial prowess. There's also a deep sense of purpose, reputation, propriety. These are all necessary qualities for a master to have. And Xiaoling possesses all of them. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Well, you say that, but... not to pile on the girly here, but... I remember how the students of the dojo used to look up to you. You had a pretty good reputation back then. So what the hell happened, man? Did something go down after I stopped coming to the dojo? Lilian. I wonder why I stopped training. You're acquaintances, aren't you, Mr. Arkwright? Yeah, but I wouldn't call us close. We never really talked about stuff like that. I think I've kind of got an idea of what happened, though. How disappointing. Ooh, heads up. Who the fuck? Everyone alright? Yeah, I am unharmed. Ugh. Swift as a demon as always. Brother, are you alright? Yes, everything's fine. Not bad. You protected the little girl too. Guess you do still carry the blood of the Gekka school. Why would you attack us like that? Because of you, my brother. The Shongshu ended up at Longkai Clinic, huh? Walter wannabe? Perhaps. Better than where our own ended up, I suppose, but not quite as satisfying. Sorry I don't live up to your expectations. I felt some kind of energy in the area and decided to drop by. I'm pleased to see some familiar faces. Well then, I'll be taking my leave now.
He's kind of got a sick tat, though. Who was that? I don't know, but he came in, smacked shit, and left. He's kind of weird for that.
He might have come across as a jerk, but I'm sure he saw how powerful his technique was. Yeah, he's the one that's been stirring up rumors recently. The strongest Gekka practitioner there is. He's the one that Ashin told us about. The foremost fighter of the Lai family.
I see. That would explain his strength. Doesn't seem like he's involved in what's going on, though.
He just shows up and leaves like nothing. That info we got from before seems suspicious now. Yeah.
He didn't even try to test my strength. I don't like him. I hope I never see him again.
You know, he actually trained at our dojo in the past for about a year. Seemed like every student there wanted to challenge him, and he defeated them with ease, including me. So that's why you lost your nerve. Yes, when he defeated me, I felt an overwhelming gap between our abilities. It was too much for me to overcome. But I believe I now understand the reason for our differences.
Huh?
Well, that's not what I expected. This doesn't mean that I'm going to return to the way of martial arts, though. However, the emptiness of my soul feels a bit more full now.
Brother. This feels very Uma Musume movie.
Anyways, I believe our father ought to be returning soon. I think it's time for me to take my leave. Xiaoling, I'm sorry for leaving you with such a heavy burden.
Hold on, we're not done here.
Well, that was a pretty weird interruption. Still, at least everything turned out right in the end. Yeah, I'll say. Should probably keep an eye out for the guy in the future, though.
Papa?
Lilian, I trust you'll be able to move forward with your life now.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited!
Very lawful choice, I guess. Yeah, I guess provoking him would be chaotic. Alright, back to Newtown then. We're gonna check out some of these, we're gonna check out the food truck, I think, next. And I think I'm also gonna grab another cough drop. I'll find it. Nope, that's a thumbtack. There we go. Oh no, one of these. Oh, you know what? These were fine. I think. Yeah, this isn't the one with the honey. I have like 2 sets of cough drops just mixed together in this cabinet. It's like one that's Halls, I think. Either Halls or Ricola. Let me check. Oh, I have these Ricola ones. And then I also have these Luden ones. These Luden ones, I think, I seem to recall were better. But I think I like the taste of the Ricola ones better.
It's just a meeting.
Okay, so Meng Xiao, I'm getting the feeling this might be like a red herring. Like if he's the only one prospering, it might be someone else setting him up. But why?
Step right up, everyone. Don't be shy. Come to taste the next generation of Eastern cuisine. I prepared plenty, so come and get as many as you like.
No matter how much I eat, I never get tired of that flavor. I can have this stuff for every meal. Right? It's almost like I find something new to enjoy with every bite.
Look at my lips at the thought of a new dish, but never thought it'd be this delicious. Just can't stop eating them. This stuff might even be better than that palatial duck. duck sounds really good right now. Looks like business is booming. This must be the new food truck Marchen mentioned. Oh, just looking at it makes me hungry. Since we're here and all, do you think maybe we could grab some too? To be honest, I've been wanting to try them myself. Sure, don't see why not. Sounds like they're not hurting for ingredients. Maybe they'll have some info for us. So Van and the others moved to the back of the line to patiently wait their turn. Luckily, they had avoided coming during the lunch rush. The group had only had to wait about 10 minutes before finding themselves at the counter. Welcome, what can I get you today? We take great pride in everything we serve. Huh, not too familiar with this new Eastern cuisine actually. Got any recommendations? I'd say our most popular dish right now is our Millennium Duck. Millennium Duck? We use traditional palatial duck as the inspiration for our recipe. But prepping duck takes a lot of work and it can get pretty expensive, right? So after years of hard work and research, we've come up with something even tastier than the original, and without having to break the bank. You know, I've had real palatial duck over at the Kowloon Hotel restaurant before. It sounds like it could be pretty great if it actually holds up. Palatial duck? The name makes it sound so expensive. It's nice that we get to try something like that on the cheap. At first I thought it was some form of Eastern crepe, but it seems to be stuffed laobing that's been folded like a taco. Given how simple it is to eat on the go, I can see why it would be so popular. Guess that's part of what makes it taste so good. Okay, we'll take one each then. Thank you for your business, enjoy. And any others received their orders of Meng Xiao's Millennium Duck. By the way, I heard that you're going to be taking part in that cook-off that's coming up. A friend asked us to help out with it a bit. Think you could be of assistance? Or think you could use your assistance? Never had duck served out of a truck? I've had duck served out of a truck before, I think. Not like this way. I think it was like shredded duck. In like poutine. I see. It's awfully kind of you, but no. I can't really think of anything at the moment. Oh, and I'm sorry, but it looks like I've got other customers waiting. Would you mind stepping to the side? Oh, sure. Sorry about that. We'll get out of your hair for now. Oh, this stuff's really good. Meat's so tender too. I'm surprised its prices are so low. Looking at that taco, I could probably fuck up like 4. The skin's all nice and crispy. Really gives off that authentic palatial duck texture. Yes, the spices he used give it a very distinct flavor. It certainly leaves you wanting more. Why does Fairy look bad? Like sad, not bad. What's the matter, small fry? Don't care for it? No, it's not that. It's definitely tasty. I don't know how to put it, really. Well, don't mind me. I think the herbs he used just don't agree with my stomach. That's all. That's odd. Alright, seems like we got a handle on how the participants are doing now. And out of the 5 restaurants, 3 of them seem to be dealing with interference from somebody. But we still can't figure out for sure if it's a rival business that did it. Wei Hua Fandan and Huiden seem to be the only 2 that were lacking ingredients. Although Miss Mei Xin did ask us to obtain a bottle of Laiju as well. And old man Wuhan wanted some red crab. Pretty sure I've seen some crabs like that over in the Second Ward waterway. They were fat, juicy looking ones too. They ought to be good enough. I think I last spotted them over by the cigar shop. In that case, let's head over and see if we can catch them real quick. I know they're supposed to be rare, but we should be able to find a few with the Sard Church. For those Jade Dragon Eyes, we'll probably have to rely on someone with medical supplies. I might suggest Lonkai Clinic or the nearby temple. They were both known to mix herbal remedies. One or the other should suffice, I would think. That just leaves the Laoju that Mei Xin was asking for. I'm not positive, but I know a guy who might be able to get his hands on some. Anyways, let's get out there, find what we can, and keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Tamam. Why did Fairy start saying that? She never said that before.
Let's be on our way. Second Ward has its charms.
Okay. Over here.
Just one more quick.
This is an adequate spot for fishing. I'm curious to see how well I'll perform. There!
Show me crab.
A hit!
Damn, it was that
Happy to
easy?
report I caught one.
Got a red crab. Did Reset hand Van the fishing pole? So we got ourselves a big one. Not sure what Wuhan's planning to make with it, but shouldn't have any complaints about a crab this big. I suppose we should move on to the next item then. Did you hear what happened with Yansu over at the Taoyuan restaurant? Sure did. Guess he's gonna be competing in the cook-off after all. Seems like trouble follows that guy everywhere he goes. Yeah, all that business with the Lai family already had him in a real tizzy. You know, and you know how weird he can be. Somebody so hard to please, he sure is awkward. Maybe that's what makes his food so good, though. Can we get more?
I'm curious to see how well I'll perform.
We cannot.
Just one more quick swing. Just one.
Go, go, go!
Alright, getting good vibes from the clinic.
Buy for a drink.
It's all thanks to Aaron.
I guess not the clinic.
Where to next? And you'll never guess what happened next.
What'll it be? Thank you. What'll it be? Thank you.
Hey Jigen, mind if I ask you for a little favor? Of course, what's going on this time, Van? Looking into some kind of antique? Sort of. Actually, it's got something to do with your hobby. You always had a thing for vintage wines, right? Oh, I get it now. Guess it wouldn't be too surprising for him to have a bottle lying around. We're looking for Tianfeng Quan. It's from a brewery that closed down a while back. You know what? Whoa, hold on there. That's what you're looking for? You're kidding. So you have it? Well, it wouldn't do me any good to lie about it. Yeah, I actually got 3 bottles. Only thing is, I bought them for myself. Wasn't exactly planning on selling them off. Oh, come on, man. If you got 3, why not suck it up and sell us one? I didn't buy 3 because I was planning on selling any. One was to drink, one was to keep in storage, and one was to display. Yeah. And the last one was for spreading the good word. I'm gonna be real with you for a minute. I love cake, but even I don't buy extra for sorting and proselytizing. Be honest, man. If you knew they wouldn't go bad, you totally would. Anyways, if you got one for spreading the word, then it seems like a pretty good opportunity, don't you think? Come on, share the love, buddy. What do you mean? See, the Great Longport Cook-Off is coming up, and Mei Shen wants that wine to use for her entry. If she wins using your spare Tianfeng Quan, there might be a whole new run of the stuff. That's true. If there's enough good publicity, maybe someone might consider investing in rebuilding the brewery. I see. I hadn't thought of it that way. Alright, you ought to convince me. But I'm still a businessman. I insist on being paid appropriately for it. You shouldn't already gave us the okay to put it on her tab, so charge it to her, okay? Sounds good. Give me my best. It'll be worth it if I get some good buzz for my store. Well, that's that part's out of our hands. Thanks for the bottle, though. Currently grinding in Room Factory 4. Let's get it.
I wonder if things have calmed down a bit.
And you'll never guess what happened. Where to next?
It's all thanks to Aaron.
So what's going on here?
Heavenly Mother, please watch.
Talk to the vicar? Oh, hello, Aaron. I believe I've seen the rest of you around before as well. Is something the matter? Well, see, we know a guy that's looking for a type of longland fruit called Jade Dragon's Eye. We know they can be pretty rare, but we were hoping you might be willing to share a few with us, if you have any, that is. Jade Dragon's Eye, you say? Well, yes, we actually do have a few of those. They're quite useful for the church's medicinal mixtures, so we make sure to procure some periodically. Although I hear that supply chain disruptions have been making it difficult to get a hold of them. Vicar Amelia? Yeah, that's why we ended up coming to you for help. Apparently Hoyden and Newtown won't be able to make their dish for the big cook-off without him. Vicar Amelia? I had no idea. Well, in that case, let me provide you with as many as you need. So these are Jade Dragon Eyes. And they're a lot bigger and smoother than your typical longland fruit. Sure you're okay with giving us this many, though? Considering recent events, it would... Wait, did they say Amelia? Oh, no idea.
Considering recent events, I'd like to do my part to ease everyone's spirits as much as possible.
We're extremely grateful for your assistance, sir.
I'm curious though. You all have been recruited to help out with the contest, yes?
Yeah, that's right. Is there something else you think we should know about?
Well, it's just that there's this young man named Ming Xiao. This will be his first time competing in the cook-off. However, I'm a bit concerned by the throngs of people that suddenly seem so wound up over his food.
And when something's that popular, you're bound to have some people who go completely nuts over it.
Indeed. In fact, a very passionate fan recommended that I try the dish as well, so I went to go and sample some. But when I arrived, I was informed they only had sold out. They only just sold out. I had yet to try one.
Dang, that's some unfortunate timing. Still, I'm surprised they'd run out so suddenly. Ming Xiao made it sound like they had plenty when we were there. Huh.
In any case, we've been asked to deal with any problems that might pop up during the cook-off. We'll do everything in our power to make sure it goes as smoothly as possible, so try to relax and enjoy yourself. I will, and please let us know if you need any help with anything else in the meantime. Alright, looks like we've got everyone's missing ingredients. We heard a few interesting tidbits of info along the way too. We should probably deliver the ingredients to each of the shops and head back to Machen's place. We even got the Elijah that she was after. We should get it back to her soon so she has time to prep her dish.
And then the others delivered the ingredients to Guaihua, Feindan, and Hoyden. After that, they returned to Machen and told them everything about what they learned. I'm so glad I put out the request. I feel much better about putting on the cook-off now.
It's all part of the job.
There's still some time left before the event is scheduled to start, by the way. I'm sure you must be tired, so you're more than welcome to rest here before we begin. Oh shit. Wait. Are they implying that, like, the food trucks got some sort of, like, addictive property?
Not a bad idea.
Huh.
Alright, we'll take you up on that. Can't hurt to decompress a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's your Elijah.
That's the Tianfen Quan. I can't believe you managed to find some.
Well, I had a few connections. He wasn't able to give it to me for free though, so I hope you don't mind that I asked him to send the bill your way.
Not at all. This will be just what my dish needs.
You hyped it up so much, I'm sure it won't disappoint. Sounds like we got plenty to look forward to. Anyways, let's wait here until it's time for the event to start.
Yeah, the warrior didn't like the drug taco, yeah. It looks like the participants are filing in. And are those the judges?
Yeah, with Machen on both hosting duty and participating, I had to call in some impartial third judges. Usually the judges are the non-participating shop owners, folks in the Chamber of Commerce, you know, stuffy people like that.
I guess it's time for the battle to begin.
Yeah, there's still a bit before they get started though. I'm actually gonna step away for a minute. Might not be back in time for the opening ceremony. You guys have a good time without me.
Huh? Thought you wanted to make sure the competition went smoothly. But I was so excited for us all to watch together.
No big deal, just something I wanted to look into real quick. I'll be back as soon as I can.
I wonder what's wrong.
It's not like it's the first time he's gone off on his own. I'm sure he'll be fine.
A tailing mission, perhaps? Well, it's unfortunate that we won't be able to hold the competition in the Kowloon Hotel as planned. It is delightful fun and sincere pleasure to host this year's Great Longport Cook-Off. I'm sure you all must have a lot on your minds given everything that's happened in Longport recently. Man sure is taking his time. I know he said he might not make it back for the opening ceremony, but...
Hey, you see that guy on the end over there? Isn't that the head chef from Taoyuan?
Yeah, he looks kind of grouchy. I'm surprised they'd send him an invitation given the situation.
Maybe that's what Van was looking into right now. We can worry about that later. Looks like the show's about to get started.
Alright, our first contestant is Wuhan from Guaihua Fandan, a beloved stop in the Eastern Quarter for travelers and locals alike.
Oh, a red crab dish, huh? It's quite an expensive ingredient for a place like Guaihua.
We only caught one crab!
Thought it might be good to go all out for a change. It's a fairly standard Longport steam-style crab dish. Given the quality of the ingredients, I hope you find it to your liking.
Oh, they are not getting any crab with those chopsticks.
It's making me hungry. He did a really good job with that red crab.
This old man Wuhan is capable of some pretty fancy stuff when he puts his mind to it. My, that was quite excellent. You can really taste how fresh the crab is.
Still, as excellent as the ingredient may be, I think it's lacking a little something.
Yes, if only I had a little extra to draw out all the flavor. For my dish, I've prepared a stew containing assorted seafoods from along the eastern coastline. I call it Fotiodan. The dried goods work well together to create a multifaceted soup stock with a harmonious flavor.
I've heard of this soup. I'm told it's quite exquisite. Impressive. That certainly seems like a dish worthy of Hoidan.
Yeah, their food draws from elements of long-liced cuisine in other Far Eastern places. It's a lot of care went into making it. While I usually prefer my food Longport style, I do get in the mood for stuff like that every now and then. This is fantastic. Exactly what I'd expect of Hoidan. There's a bitterness and odor to it, not unlike some herbs used in Eastern medicine. But the way it blends together in terms of taste and aroma are top class. The most impressive thing is the longan fruit. This is Jade Dragon's Eye, isn't it? It provides an excellent accent to the flavor. Looks like you're next, Yonzu. I know a lot has happened recently, but I trust you've been doing alright since then. For the most part, yes. Today I've prepared abalones in a thick glaze. The glaze itself is made from dried shark fin and edible bird's nests. This is strange. Isn't Sunday usually your Uta Iron Mona stream? Yes, it is, and we will be doing that. But because I didn't do trails yesterday, I'm pulling double duty today. We're gonna do trails and Uta tonight. I'm just gonna like call it at like 7:30, give myself some time, and then hop on a Uta from there into the nighttime. Anyways, how you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of talking today. I commend you for using such high quality seafood. I should have expected nothing less from the head chef of such a refined establishment. That's the Life Family restaurant for you, just rich enough to have bad taste.
Seems as though the judges are responding quite favorably to it, though.
That was excellent. You certainly made the most of those ingredients.
Yes, I agree. It feels like a very tried and true approach. Next up, we have my sister. For today's competition, I prepared a unique free-range chicken dish called bakshuni.
Yeah, happy Sunday to me as well. Better drink plenty of fluids. Thank you. Hydration check, y'all. I could really do with like a hot tea. And my dog is kind of bugging me right now. Not sure what he wants. I recently gave him a bit of a trim, so he feels like extra soft. Also, posture check. I'm kind of shrimping.
I'm especially proud of this one. It's chicken steamed with carefully selected wine and spices that help to bring out a lovely aroma.
Here, I think he wants to come up. Come here. Okay, he's up here.
I've heard much about you, Meishin. I'm impressed that you earned the rank of Teji Chushi at such a young age.
Iron Chef! I'm looking forward to seeing the skills you developed from your days back at the Kowloon Hotel. He's kind of blocking the camera. Dude, what are you looking for? I don't have food up here. You have your own food that you share with the mouse.
It's finally Meishin's turn, but Van's still not back.
Yeah, he should have at least been here for her presentation.
Especially considering she's using the Laoju we obtained for her.
Oh my, this is fantastic. The various fragrances combined with such a delicate taste.
And all the while preserving the delicious flavors of the chicken itself. It's marvelous work.
Shares with the mouse? Is it a wild mouse? Yes, it is a wild mouse. It's very unfortunate. I was talking a little bit earlier that like around winter, we tend to get a lot of mice since we live in like a horse area. And like they tend to live in the stables and like the hay bales and stuff. Sometimes they'll go out and into the houses. And when that happens, the houses get mice. And this year we went over to a like catch and release style trap. So they, as I assume, keep finding their way back. So like last week we switched over to like more lethal traps. And there's just like one mouse that I'm aware of that's left that kind of just hangs out in the wall of my room and comes out at night and grabs like a piece of kibble from my dog's food bowl. I gotta catch him. I've seen him standing around sometimes too. Sometimes he'll like get out of his hole and like stand in front of my TV. Or like I'll see him kind of near the hole underneath my cabinet, just like hanging out looking. A real piece of work, that guy. If it wasn't for the fact that it was wild, I would very much like to have a pet mouse or like a pet rat. They're very cute. But when they're pests, they're pests. They must be dealt with. Who is even talking here?
That's certainly not all. I can tell there's something special about the wine you simmered the chicken in. Takes the bird's light flavors and colors it with spices, resulting in a superb balance. Finding the right wine to produce such a near-perfect dish must be next to impossible.
Yes, I was confident that it would all come together if I used Tianfeng Quan.
That famous wine, I see. Now I understand why the taste is so familiar. It makes it all the more regrettable that the brewery closed down some time ago.
Yes, I would love to see it make a resurgence someday. Great job, sis. And here's the drug tacos. That looks really good though. For my first cook-off, I'll be entering my renowned Millennium Duck. The seasoning is sure to hook even the most discerning palate. Oh, so this is the dish that's been so popular lately. Let's give it a taste then. This is...
It's hard to describe, but it's completely captivating. With this flavor and aroma, it's like I can't stop myself. I've never had anything like it. This is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. How did you prepare such a delightful concoction?
Is the dog's name Odie by chance? Nah, it's Future. We got a little bit of Tom and Jerry vibes. Tom was a mouse or a rat? I think it was a mouse. What makes... Are mice part of the same family as rats? Because they seem so familiar. They seem so similar, it's just rats are giant. Like, if I had a rat, I'd be concerned. Something about the fact that mice are, like, the size of, like, maybe my thumb makes them more endearing. Yeah, Tom was a cat, Jerry was the mouse, yeah. Yeah, Jerry was not a rat. He would be much bigger if he was a rat. Yeah, they're yeah, rodent, yeah. Let's just say I put a lot of work into my secret ingredient. Oh, he's saying that kind of devious, like, he definitely drugged the judges.
You're completely blindsided.
It must be even better than I heard, I just wonder...
No way, I mean his food was good and everything, but don't you think they're exaggerating?
Sounds like the winner has been decided already. I'm surprised he managed to reel in all 3 judges.
Hold on a minute. Oh, damn, it looks like I'm too late. Damn right you are, where you been, man? Cook-off's almost over. Wait, why is Doc Longkai with you? Told you I had to look into something, didn't I? Just took a little longer than expected. Look, I hate to do this in the middle of such a big event, but there's a problem with Meng Xiao's cooking. Not only are you interrupting the competition, but now you're trying to slander me? It ain't slander. I kept some of the food we bought from you in some containers. I had Dr. Longkai examine some of it for me, and boy, that sure is one hell of a secret ingredient you got there. Indeed. One of the so-called spices we found in Millennium Duck is luojicao. My medicinal herb compendium lists it as a hallucinogen, one with pleasurable but addictive side effects. These days it's considered to be quite the rarity. I'm curious how you managed to come upon so much of it.
Patooey!
You fed us something that dangerous?
What should we do? Are we gonna be okay?
Fortunately, it's not so toxic as to directly affect the body unless routinely ingested. It can be counteracted through treatment from most practitioners of Eastern medicine, including myself. There's no need for panic. The fact remains that the guy deceived everyone into eating his drugged food.
That explains why I felt so weird when I tried it earlier. Oh, yeah. With Fairy being like a kid and all, it probably affected her stronger than Reset and Aaron and Van, since we're like adults.
You bastards. You had to go and post something like that on top of all the other crap we've been dealing with from AOA?
How horrible. You're a disgrace to all chefs. No, you don't even deserve to carry that title. How did he manage to supply himself with so much of that rare herb? His prices were rather low too.
Oh, that's right. How would I even have gotten my hands on this stuff in the first place?
Why are you trying to defend yourself, bro? It's on there. It's too late to be trying to call foul.
If you only tested one batch, then who's to say somebody didn't plant it there to make me look bad? True. Guess it would be pretty difficult for you to gather a stock of something so uncommon. If you were working alone, that is. But what if someone with access to it was working behind the scenes to help you out? See? Somebody's been sabotaging the other businesses, and the only place unaffected were your food truck and Taoyuan restaurant. But compared to you, Taoyuan doesn't have much of a motive. I see. Practically everyone in Longport's got their eyes on the Lai family right now. Something like this would be a final nail in their coffin. But you, on the other hand, had the perfect motive for getting your hands on those herbs, and for finding someone to get them for you. Yeah, and to make sure his collaborator wouldn't lose his face, he had to be sure that he'd win. That's why he started messing with the other restaurants. That about summing it up, Meng Xiao? I don't know what you're talking about. You're just out to get me. I would never vandalize Hoyden and Life on Fandan. I mean... Huh.
Yeah, we never said anything about vandalization, brother. You're fucked.
Well, that's odd. Didn't say a thing about anyone being vandalized. You sure seem awfully knowledgeable about it, though.
Just give yourself up already. There's no getting out of it now.
This much evidence, we won't even need to get Hayway involved.
Here to tell us about how you procure those herbs.
Ugh. Looks like the jig is up. Oh man, how am I ever gonna explain this to him?
Get fed hallucinogens. What's this? Weather report. After Van's confrontation, both bracers and police officers arrived at the scene to escort Meng Xiao away. With his disqualification, the judges at the Great Longport Cook-Off took a moment to reconvene. Well, in spite of that little incident, the judges have now concluded their deliberation. Do we have a verdict on the winner?
Well, we do. The dish that's shown best and brightest among all those we sampled this evening was that of Lai Fu Fandan's very own Mei Shin.
Really? I'm honored. Way to go, Mei Shin.
In the end, we decided it was your use of the Laoju that truly won us over.
Or, that truly won us over. Thank you so much. I promise to keep aiming for even greater heights. It's what my father would have wanted.
You'd have thought that wine would end up being the deciding factor.
Guess it was worth the effort after all.
As Meng Xiao's misdeeds were revealed, albeit in a rather unexpected manner, the cooking competition came to a close. The participants, having learned a few new things about the cooking, headed back to their respective businesses.
Thank you again for all your help with this year's cook-off. Although I feel like the only reason I won was because you were able to find me that Tianfeng Quan.
Nah, that was just the little last push we needed to put you over. Even without the wine, you'd be getting nothing but rave reviews. Your skill's the real deal.
Be that as it may, it was only because of you that Meng Xiao was exposed for what he really is.
Yeah, and Doc Longkai said it would be a good thing you stopped him when you did. You caught it right before his regular customers would have started getting sick from the stuff. He said they should be fine if they can go without it for about a week. I'm just surprised you even noticed something was off. I definitely thought it was odd how strongly people were reacting to his food, but I never imagined. Yeah, that was part of it. The thing that really tipped me off was the fact that he was avoiding serving people with the knowledge of medicine. Remember what Father Hosang said over at the temple told us? He said that when he went to give the dish a try, they told him they were fresh out. Yet when we were there, he made it sound like he had more than enough to go around. He didn't seem the least bit worried about meeting demand. Felt like a pretty unlikely coincidence to me, so I figured I should look into it. Yeah, timing on that was a little too perfect. By the way, you mentioned that drug he was using was pretty rare. Ever figure out how we got the stuff? I accessed their database, but it hasn't been able to determine a possible access channel. According to the police, even Meng Xiao didn't know much about his collaborator's origins. So in other words, he was probably being used. The only question is, what would somebody have to gain from having a cook feed hallucinogens to the general public? You said it. The only thing I can think of is that they were using it as some sort of test. Maybe it was to see how far they could push the law while still keeping under the radar. Explain it to him. Man? I'm sorry, I was just thinking. Anyways, I think that ought to take care of your request for now. We've got the other businesses to attend to, so we'll catch you later. Of course, I'm glad I turned to you for help. Please feel free to stop by any time.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
Mira deposit confirmed.
We don't even need to be working. We don't need to take any request if Mira is the concern.
Welcome to Life Fun. What can I get for you?
Amazing.
Thanks a bunch.
We could just go to Marchen Garten and fight for our lives. For big money.
What are we waiting for?
Okay, and what was the last thing we were doing? So we had the cook-off. We had the tournament with Xiaoling and like the weirdo with the tattoos. Was there one more request we just haven't started yet? I guess it was just I mean, it is the dragon chariot, the missing car. Okay, before I start that though, I'm probably gonna go make myself some tea. It's very weird because the throat problem I've been having has kind of persisted throughout the week. I'm not like outwardly sick, but something about when I like talk too much, I do feel it. We're getting a little bit more of like a raspy voice. So let me go ahead and make myself some like hot tea, because I doubt like cold gamer sups is like gonna do my throat any favors. Besides like a little bit of hydration. Yeah, make some tea real quick. I got my honey right here. Would be nice to have like a tea kettle. And then like just a bunch of like tea bags for me to like get more. Because one of the big problems I have with making tea is that one cup is never really enough for me. Yeah, we're hitting that second puberty. Yeah, and I'm probably not used to using my voice for prolonged periods of time, too, yeah. Yeah, I feel like Utsuwara Ramono is gonna be especially rough if I don't stay on top of it tonight. We're gonna get mad smoker voice, yeah, because I can do like... I can start talking like this. Okay, I've heard it a bit when I try to talk as like Van and Aaron. And I try to like hit that like, what is it called? Like vocal rasp? Or vocal fry. Like we're frying our voice a little bit. So yeah, let me go make that tea. Do I need a teapot? I think a teapot would be a good idea. Like maybe like a teapot that I can keep in my room. Could be a good investment.
Well.
Anyways, let's find a nice spot for Reset to like stare into the camera. And then I'm gonna go make that real quick. That's pretty good. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, an electric kettle would be really smart.
Indeed. Indeed. Very well. Very well. Indeed.
I have paid for this reset to stare at you. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I ended up getting myself like a big ol' cup. To ensure that we have enough for the days
Very
ahead.
well.
Let me just go ahead and mix it up.
Right.
Very well.
And then a little bit of stirring. Ah, shit. That's hot. Holy shit, that is really hot. How am I supposed to grab this? I have... I guess I have some tweezers.
Very well.
Okay, we've successfully pulled the spoon out of the cup. I should not have left it in the cup of boiling water. I'm gonna let this spoon have a second to like not burn my hand on touch. There we go.
Right.
Okay, that should be good. And I'll give that like a few minutes to not kill me.
Indeed.
Alright, car theft time. Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto, but in trails.
Let me ask you something.
A truck carrying heavy cargo, huh? Well, I mean, Longport is a harbor city. It's not really unusual to see trucks that big every now and then. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing a large Red Star truck headed for the harbor district around the time you mentioned. And you haven't noticed any changes in the area lately, have you? Any workers you haven't seen before renting out storage spaces or boats? Nah, can't say that I have, but maybe something jogged your memory. Well, you remember that warehouse where there was a murder about half a year ago? Huh. After that happened, most people around here didn't want a thing to do with it. But just recently, one of my clients, a guy named Lai Hong, said his company decided to start renting it. Heard they stopped using it though, was wondering if maybe something had happened. Oh, that warehouse. Guess it makes sense people would be avoiding that place. The fact that somebody wanted to rent it at all smells pretty fishy to me. But it's also more than big enough to hide not just the car, but the truck carrying it too. Looks like the harbor's our only lead right now. Let's go see what we can find. Man, of all places, why did it have to be there? I just realized you can see a little bit of Aaron's tummy.
Let's do this.
You can see a little bit of Aaron's tummy with this shirt. Aaron tummy.
Heading to the objective.
Ships in the harbor, a little hoity-toity. Okay. Top brass hasn't noticed anything yet. The more you freak out about it, the likely you are to be a suspect. Something going on? Somebody from Hayway got arrested. Okay, yeah, that's going on.
Hey, isn't that?
That's one of the Marduk company's
Kasim.
high-speed airships.
Looks like Kasim's in the middle of something.
Oh, and what's her name? From the Marchen Garten. She's here too, in person.
Now, what's it say?
Next ship should be. I've got my hands full here.
Though I'm a trader from Alsheim, I can do business in Longport. Couldn't help but notice the name imprinted on the vessel over there. Oh, hey, future, not that one. Come here. Give me the duck. This one isn't a toy. I mean, it's technically a toy. But you have better toys to chew on. He grabbed a goose. I got a goose from a claw machine yesterday. And it was like just within reach, I guess, for my dog. Heard some noises behind me and like I looked down to see him like chewing on it. I may not have direct working connections, but the name, it's hard to keep calm when the name Valish comes up. Wait, can we ball?
Take a look if you want. Thanks.
Hey man, if you got some time to kill, what do you say to shoot some hoops with me? Basketball, huh? Don't think the hoop was up last time we were here. Yeah, basketball's gotten pretty popular in Longport recently. These guys like to challenge people to games every now and then. Anyways, why not give it a go? Yeah, I want to try. You sounded pretty confident there. Not that I mind, of course. Alright then, let's join him for a match. Huge! Awesome, that's what I'm talking about. Hold A to shoot the ball to the basket, left and right to evade the defense. Okay.
That's it.
Oh, we hooping on this guy. Oh, overdue. Oh, so we only have the amount of time as a player. And then I guess we're gonna have to like play defense? While dribbling steal when shooting block. Yes. Oh gosh.
Yeah!
Oh, we're gonna get shit on.
Yeah, no! Yeah! That's it!
Aaron can ball!
Yeah! That's it! Yeah! Score! Score! Yeah, no! Yeah, no!
Wait, we're doing him dirty.
Yeah, no! Yeah! That's it! Score! Yeah! That's it! That's it! Yeah! That's it!
Nice moves! Nice moves!
I don't think I'm trying too hard to stop this guy. He's not that good.
Nice moves!
Yeah, no! Yeah, no!
Didn't stand a chance.
Damn, you got skills. Thought I had that one in the bag too. Loss is a loss. Here's a little something for your trouble. Sure we can have this? Yeah, think of it as my way of saying thanks for the fun game. Hit me up for another round anytime. Just don't plan on clinching another win. Can
Understood.
Fairy
Here
ball?
goes.
I need to know if Fairy can ball. Yo! She's cracked!
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Great. Ha. Great. Ha.
Truly the medieval fantasy RPG.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice moves!
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice moves!
Yeah.
Nice moves!
Yeah. Think again.
The fact that he starts with you every time, it's kind of hard not to just keep doing that.
Yeah. Yes. Ha. Great. Ha. Great. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Nice
Yeah, I can just like
moves.
stand here and like spam
Yeah, think
X.
again. Yeah.
Nice moves!
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Nice moves!
That's a W for me.
That's a W?
Okay.
I've got my
Sure.
hands full here.
Alright, it was worth it. It was all worth it. Oh, I wonder what happened. Lai Hong, we heard you're the guy that's renting this place out. Oh, yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with? We're in the middle of an investigation, and this warehouse came up as a spot of interest. We were told that you had stopped using this one in particular. Is that correct? Yes, that's right. My understanding is that they found some kind of issue related to last year's incident. Yesterday, someone from the security company that oversees the harbor showed up and said they'd be taking it over temporarily. And yet... Yet? Did something else happen? Well, I came by here just a minute ago to take a look, and it seems like somebody else has been making use of it. That shouldn't happen if the security company is keeping it under lock and key, though. That is pretty suspicious. Hate to ask, but would you mind letting us take a peek? That's fine. To be honest, I was just sitting here wondering whether I should take a look myself. If we could learn something from it, I don't see the harm. Is it the car? Did they chop shop the car? I knew it. Guessing that that's not your company truck, right? Definitely not. Who in the world brought this thing in here? What's the security company up to?
Let's hope the dragon trade's still in there.
Having found a suspicious truck inside the warehouse, Van and the others quickly proceeded to check its cargo. Unfortunately, the delivery bed was completely empty. Huh. Well, that's about what I expected. This must have just been a temporary storage location for them to move for them along the way. They probably realized how likely it was for the police to check the warehouse, and they picked this location as a decoy.
I just attempted to access the server of the security firm that controls this area. However, there are no records of any new issues being found with this particular warehouse, nor is there record of them taking temporary custody over it. It seems likely that the security personnel that informed you of the supposed issue was an imposter.
Sus! I can't believe they managed to pull one over me with such a simple disguise. I feel so foolish. Oh, kinda sounds like something about him stood out to you. Well, you see, I couldn't help but notice his hair was rather a striking shade of green. Gave me a bit of a startle, honestly.
Green hair, huh? That means he'll stand out in a crowd.
At any rate, it looks like the thief brought the chariot to the harbor in a truck, then transferred it to some other vehicle. Whether it was another truck or a boat remains to be seen, though. Let's ask around and see if we can pick up their trail.
Looks like a chest.
We love to do hacking minigame. Thank you, Mayor.
Leave it to me. That's a good law. No sweat. This is no sweat. Conducting search. Oh, now
too
I'll
fast.
be more careful this time. Conducting search.
Oh, it's over.
Now
Oh, it's so over.
I'm not done yet.
We need to be more patient.
That's a good law. I bypassed the security. That's a good law. I bypassed the security.
Or faster. Let's go.
This is kid stuff. No sweat. Time's almost up. I've got control of the system.
Enjoy looking under. Oh, she ain't really hiding too much. Quintet. Can't believe my warehouse is being used. Yep. Yep.
Got a question for you.
Suspicious heavy cargo, huh? I haven't taken on anything like that myself. Well, actually, it might not be related, but this morning, someone I've never seen before came in to charter a boat. Oh yeah? Mind telling us what they look like? What type of boat did they rent? Well, they were a man, middle-aged Navy type, with a little bit of a beard. I think he said he was an officer or a lieutenant colonel. Lieutenant colonel is pretty high up, no? Thought it was a bit odd for someone from the Navy to be renting a civilian boat, but I didn't really think much of it. I mean, we get all kinds. Still, it's not every day you see people renting an orbital sail with a small barge attached.
An orbital sail. Those are vessels with orbital engines that propel them more easily than regular sailboats. Those engines are only auxiliary, however, as they don't provide much in way of horsepower. That being said, if the barge is small enough to carry a single vehicle, the engine may be just sufficient enough to tow it. This Navy guy sounds like he's our target. Did the boat already leave?
Yes, I'd barely taken my eyes off them for a second before they were gone. Sounds like there was more going on here than I thought. Should I not have rented out the equipment? You got nothing to worry about. Anyways, I think we got a pretty good idea of the scale of the scheme now. Let's find a place where we can sort through everything before we learn of what we learned so far. Alright, I think the tea maybe is sufficiently cooled. No, not at all. It's fucking hot. Okay. At least now we know the entire sequence of events. So to sum it up, we have people believed to be the culprits bringing a truck to the theater, moving it to the warehouse, then renting a boat with a barge. At every location, they were disguised to look like someone who could feasibly have business there.
But we were given two descriptions, a young guy with green hair just like a security guard and a middle-aged Navy officer.
So that could just mean there's two people.
We don't know what the guy pretending to be a Red Star employee looked like, but do you think they were all different people in disguise? I've heard there's a Phantom Thief capable of mimicking the likeness of various people. And by himself, Phantom Thief B? Although he seems to be an isolated case, we should be careful not to discount the possibility that this is the work of a single individual. It's true. I mean, I feel like it's too early to deduce either of these. Like, the only connecting tissue we have is that all of them might have been men. But 3 people, though. It's a big enough job for 3 people, I think. We're gonna consult the guide so we don't get this wrong. Daybreak II. Forever or ever at the whims of the guide. Sibling Showdown, Missing Dragon Cart. Huh. It was done by multiple people? Okay. That's not what I would have expected, but I guess single culprit just doesn't make sense. It's like too much work too quickly. Got a feeling we're dealing with multiple culprits here. I mean, if it really was just one guy, there wouldn't be any point in making it all so complicated, right? Phantom Thief B made things kind of complicated, though. We can't discount. They were probably only handing off the car to one another in disguise so they'd be harder to track down. Makes sense to me. So, who's behind it? You figured out everything already, haven't you? Well, the first people who come to mind are... The Mafia trying to get a hit on Heiwei? They wouldn't need to do this. Heiwei's already in trouble. One of Red Star's rivals. That's too hot. It's too hot an item for it to be a business like that. I think it's individuals. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm thinking it might just be a small group of amateur thieves. If a big organization was involved, they would have put together a plan with a higher chance of success. These guys prepped the warehouse and boat right before committing the crime, which makes me think there wasn't a whole lot of brainpower involved. I mean, regardless of speculation, though, they did still manage to get away with it. I agree. Looking at their plan, it seems a bit rushed and simplistic. It was put together very haphazardly. They seem to have only succeeded by being well coordinated and light on their feet. I must say, it also seems unlikely that the visit from the revenue service had anything to do with them. Yeah, that was a little too convenient for my liking, but it's probably not as relevant as we thought. Let's go back over what we know about these guys again. They're capable of rudimentary disguise, trust each other, operate as a small unit, and work fast. You guys also remember a certain threesome that fits the bill? The old lady and the 2 guys? I mean, those guys we dealt with in Tharbad last year. Oh, okay. The Devancy brothers. This incident certainly does seem to fit their MO. And according to a recent search, it seems they've managed to break out of jail just a few weeks ago. Does no one stay in jail? It's still unclear how they escaped, but it's likely they had outside assistance. The criminal processing industry in Zemuria is fucking dog water. Well, that settles that. All we've got to do now is hunt them down. You know where they went, don't you? Yeah, they must have taken the dragon chariot to... offshore smuggling, Heilong Chengzai, the eroded cave. Heilong Chengzai was the mining town, right? That like nobody goes to?
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. One second, just answering back to someone. Also, dog, bow bow. Let me see. See if I can find it. Alrighty, cool, we're all good. Yeah, I'm thinking it's the mining town, because that's got too much superstition behind it, no one's gonna find them there. And if they're criminals, like, they're probably thinking the exact same way. Yeah. Hey, Longcheng Zai. Most people tend to keep their distance from the place, but it's just close enough to get within an orbital sail. Shit, that's the last place I wanted to go. Makes sense, though. There's a reason Armada used it for their hideout. Practically screams, hey, I just stolen shit here, dude. What do you think they're doing with it all the way over there? Taking it apart, that's what. We're scrapping it. If they wanted to sell it off, they'd have it loaded up again and take it somewhere else, wouldn't they? That's why I thought Heilong Chengzai gave off more of a stench than the eroded cave. Not easy to tell just by looking at a map. But on the east side of Heilong Chengzai, there's a small path that links back up to the main highway. There is? I mean, the place we used for mining, it was the place was used for mining after all. It makes sense that they'd have a few roads for transportation. Gotta be long abandoned by now, though. If they disguise the dragon chariot somehow while they have it in Heilong Chengzai, they'll have no issue taking it to land from there. It's pretty much the long and short of it, yeah. Damn, they picked a hell of a target right after getting out of the slammer. But what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses over to Heilong Chengzai. Joe over there at the Eastern Quarter Wharf should be able to hook us up with the boat. Big.
On my way.
We're gonna fight him. I feel like in these cases we tend to always like fight the dudes. Was that 20 vitality masses? Did I see that right? No, 2. Okay. Ben and the others, in an effort to track down the dragon chariot, decided to once again travel to Heilong Chengzai. Soon after. Whoa, look at that, guys! A normal sail on a barge. I knew it. It would seem to be just as you surmised, Mr. Arkwright. They probably haven't taken the chariot too far, but we'll find them pretty close by. Let's be careful going forward. Come on, you got it. Understood. Are we gonna fight anyone here?
Here I go!
Nope. How'd they get it up the stairs?
Nice work out there, brothers. If we manage to get this thing's bits and bobs on the black market, our mirror woes will be an ancient history. Before you know it, we'll be out of Calvard and making a name for ourselves in a whole new part of the world.
We could never have done it without your foolproof plan, big bro. Who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with our who else would have thought to get somebody to meddle with the revenue service? Nobody, that's who.
Alright, that's enough praise from me. Besides, you guys played your part to a T as well. I must say your disguises have gotten pretty convincing lately. Still, I think one of us really ought to consider changing his hair color next time.
Hey, the hair's what makes me me. No way I'm getting rid of it anytime soon.
Well, whatever. We should be proud of this one, boys. The bond as a brotherhood have secured us yet another victory. What say we crack open a bottle and have a toast? We deserve a little reward, don't you think? We can always just slip out of the abandoned pathway tomorrow.
Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing. Well, ain't that sweet? Brotherly love sure is a beautiful thing, right, man?
No doubt about it. They even let us listen in on their little plan. Nice group of guys, I gotta say.
Too bad that's about all the time you're gonna get to celebrate, though. Hope you losers are ready to be back behind bars. If your bonds run so deep, then why not put all that energy into something that actually helps others for once? I'm afraid we have you cornered, Devancy brothers. Turn yourselves in and we promise to do you no harm.
What are you doing here? Actually, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Well, a dog scratch. They're the guys that followed our plans back in Tharbad.
The Spriggans, huh? Why'd it have to be you again?
Hey, we're not all that thrilled to run into you crooks either. You boys are at the end of your rope. And speaking of rope, how about you stand still so we can tie you three up? What, you really think we're gonna just back down now? You meddled in our plans for the last time, Spriggan. You're toast!
Huh. Don't go getting all cocky just because you took us down once before. We'll give you a real run for your money this time. With me, brothers!
You got it!
Engaging shards.
Destroy them! You're freaking dead!
Fine, let's play.
They don't know we got Aaron. They don't know we got Aaron.
I want a boost here.
They don't know we got...
Do your worst.
Nah, this is Aaron. Aaron, pop off.
Activating skill.
Blink and you'll miss it. Sword for me!
Seriously?
Reset! Take over!
One skill coming right up.
Have some
Yeah, we're very overleveled.
Ugh, can't believe we lost to these bastards again. I swear on my soul, this won't be the last you hear of the Devancy brothers.
Yeah, we always bounce back. Just you wait until we get out of prison. The guy looks like Randy. Oh, Aaron? The red hair? Yeah. You'll get what's coming to you eventually. You're gonna live to regret ever messing with us, Spriggan. Ever messing with us, Spriggan.
Well, maybe you guys could just learn your lesson and stop thieving already.
You act all tough. You can all act tough all you like, but that's about the least scary thing I've heard all week.
Well, takes care of these idiots. Now I'm just worried about the car. Is it okay?
It would seem so. Nothing more than a few minor abrasions. I think we can return it to our client as is.
At least the barge will make getting it back to Longport a little easier.
Right, let's bring it back to the theater. What are we gonna do with them? Surely not send them back to the police. They'll just get out again. Let's kill them. What's wrong, man?
Just remembering something they mentioned earlier. Huh. Like hell are you gonna get any more out of me?
Excuse me?
You guys said something about getting somebody to meddle with the revenue service, didn't you? So the auditing was part of your little heist after all.
Oh yeah. The timing was certainly suspect.
Oh, is that all? Fine. If you want to know who our partner in crime is, I'll tell you. The truth is, I don't actually know their name.
What? I thought you guys were all Here I was thinking you had connections to some big hotshot.
Well, I guess I don't mind spilling a few secrets. See, we got word from someone using a pseudonym that they wanted to help us out. Their only condition was that we had to cause some kind of uproar in Longport, and it had to be today. Said they'd even lay all the groundwork. Wow, you sure know how to pick them. Look at you, using strangers to your advantage. Nice going, bro.
What is it with these guys?
For real, you'd think they'd be more angry about whole being used as pawns thing. So somebody's been trying to stir things up in Longport. And it's whoever betrayed the Liu family. It makes sense if they were the ones pulling the strings here too. Anyways, before we return to the Dragon Chariot, we better decide what we're gonna do with these guys. We'll probably put even more stress on Heiwei if we try to push them off to them, so let's try and come up with something else. Let's see. The Guild, the police. Marduk? The Guild will be too easy on them. Marduk will simply let them go after a little bit of training and testing. It feels lame to send them to the police. But it feels even lamer to send them to the Guild. What if we just keep sending them back to Marduk? Like, we send them to Marduk once, sure they're gonna get out, but they're probably never gonna want to be there again. The only good police exist in Crossbell. Every other place there's been police in Zemuria, they've been so dog shit. Yeah, we're sending them to Marduk. Wrap them up. And they did break out of prison after all. It's a problem the police need to fix, not the Guild. But considering it's the same force that arrested Fan Lu, it is possible that whoever's been pulling the strings inside Heiwei lately had their hand in all this. Maybe the better option is to turn them over to Marduk? I didn't even think about the connection. Is Phantom Thief be an ally in this game? We have not seen Phantom Thief be since Reverie. I do want them back though. If they show up in Kai, we will be there. If they show up in Daybreak II, even better. But yeah, for now, we're not sure.
Huh? Why Marduk? I see. Marduk engages in various risk management research opportunities that pertain to maintaining public safety. It would require a great deal of paperwork, but it should be possible for the company to take temporary custody of the Devancy brothers. Fortunately, Mirabelle and the security chief are currently in Longport, so they'll be able to assist in making the handover as smooth as possible.
Sheesh, can't say I'm a huge fan of letting a PMC have so much authority. But I guess you guys do kind of have a knack for stuff like this. Fine, I'll let it slide.
Speaking of Kai, hope pre-orders open soon.
It's definitely more on the gray side, legally speaking, but hey, that's where we operate best, right? Anyways, I'd appreciate if you could take care of all the formalities for us, Reset.
Of course, it shouldn't take long at all.
So, thanks to Van and crew, the Devancy brothers were captured once again. With the case now closed, the Dragon Chariot has soon returned to the theater, where it will await its new owner.
Yeah, I wonder if they are going to open pre-orders though, too. I mean, at least on PC, because I think when Daybreak 2 dropped, they didn't have a pre-order. They just left it as unable to buy until the game dropped. And then instead of like a pre-order bonus, it's like a launch window bonus. So like you get stuff for buying it early more than like pre-ordering. I don't know if there's like any like market, there's obviously going to be market research behind that, but like I wonder if they make more money that way than like opening pre-orders. I guess it would, because the FOMO window lasts shorter. If you're talking about like when the game launches, I need to buy it or else I miss out. Versus, oh, the game is on pre-order for like 3 to 6 months. I have time. Could be that. Like if I were thinking about it from like a money perspective, I think that makes sense. And I guess from like a consumer too, it's cooler to buy the game at launch and like be part of the wave versus like picking it up and maybe forgetting about it. So like it might have a little bit of like audience retention too, like because if you buy it and it's already out, like of course you're gonna want to play it. But if you pre-ordered it, like it's already in the backlog in your brain, you know? At least that's the way it might work for me. Like if I pre-ordered a game, I'd be like, oh yeah, like I own it, it's there. And if I'm like actively purchasing it, it's like because I want to play it then. Market analysis. Thank you so much for all you've done. I'm so glad we're able to get the chariot back in one piece. We don't need to worry about Red Star's reputation taking a plummet either. Yes, now that we have the car back, tonight's auction should be able to proceed as planned. Thank you all. I hope you know how truly grateful we are. It was no biggie. Just did what any fellow car lover would do. Don't you think it's time you got a new hobby, old man?
I'm really glad it all worked out. I'm sure this car means a lot to the people of Longport.
It does indeed. Or it does indeed. Times like these, that's all the more reason for us to upkeep the tradition. Hopefully it'll help bring back some sense of normalcy. We'll make sure to reward the reward is posted to your account right away. Thank you again for all you've done. Sure thing, it was no sweat. Just remember to keep your eyes peeled in the future, yeah? Don't want anyone getting the drop on you again.
Mission accomplished. Great
Maybe
job,
install some security cameras in the theater.
Reward deposited.
Oh, big.
I can barely contain myself.
Okay, is that everything now? We're caught up? All housekeeping complete for the day?
Opening planner.
We can give off these gifts. How does Swin feel about colored fang cord?
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Python leather belt?
I'll take that.
The Peony's blade script. Why would Fairy want a script?
I'll take good care of it.
Is Fairy like low-key like super interested in like theater and like film?
Got it. Where's your next?
We wouldn't have thought.
Never guess what happened next.
No wonder if things are
This
calmed
must
down.
be the easiest.
Here's your schedule.
Let's roll, gang.
Okay, tea's perfect temperature now. I am not dying drinking it. That felt nice. You know when you like drink something like warm or like you eat something hot and you feel it like go down? It's kind of like that.
So that's Marduk, huh?
The mechs have been delivered. The combat drill will proceed as scheduled.
Very good. This will be the first drill since we were officially deployed. I fully expect you to provide me with some excellent data.
Of course. We will try to meet your expectations, sir.
Oh, that is not the voice I gave that naval officer in my head.
Qasim!
Hello, Mirabelle. It's very nice to see you again.
What are they doing with the Navy? And is that the Basel professor?
Greetings, Farida. I had heard you were in the city, and it's been some time since our last encounter.
Yeah, it's the strongest fighter.
Been a bit, yeah. Haven't seen you since the end of last year.
So like, I have seen that people do like Qasim in Daybreak II a lot more than they do in 1. So I'm curious to see what they do with the guy.
I heard you went back to your hometown, like your little sis.
He always comes home for our New Year's festival. Though I didn't expect to run into you again so soon.
Fairy looks so much cooler than her brother. Gotta say, the glasses, the like darker outfit. She's got drip.
Nor did I. Perhaps it is the will of Arusha and the flames.
And it's good to see you too, Mirabelle. Been a while since you and I met face to face.
Yeah, well, I call you up a lot for our Marchen Garten work, so it doesn't feel like it's been that long. But I'll bet you anything Reset was as giddy as a schoolgirl to see you again.
I was quite happy, yes. Thank you for facilitating my return to Arkwright Solutions. I'm in your debt once more.
I like that Reset is so honest.
Aw, don't mention it, girl. Just treat me to a coffee as usual, and we'll be square. I'm guessing the redhead is Erin Way, And you must be the chief's adorable little sister.
So you're getting some excellent screenshots. Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if I ever do anything with them. Sometimes I refer to them for like thumbnails. Like, I don't know if I've ever shared this, but like, y'all want to see like the thumbnail folder? Here, hold on. I'm gonna like show the thumbnail folder. Like, here. Ba. Is this the one? Is this the right monitor? This is the one. Right? Like, I got like, although every game I've ever played, I've made a thumbnail for, right? So like going back as far as like Cold Steel 1, you know? Or Cold Steel 2, I think that was the first game I played. And then like, yeah, for here we got like Daybreak. I have Daybreak 2 in the same folder as Daybreak 1. So like, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. It's fun putting these together. Then like for like Mask of Deception, I think I already have the one for today. Though I haven't like, I haven't put the waiting room up, but I did make it earlier. So like I'll just like use the screenshots I get in Steam and like piece things together. Yeah, Daybreak 1 and 2 are part of the same plot arc. Yeah, true. But like there are some games that I have like weirdly like mixed up. And they have like their own separate spaces. Like I got like a Dragon Gaiden, Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii, Infinite Wealth. I could just put them all into one big overarching like Yakuza folder. But I haven't. And then like, yeah, I have all like the arcs for like the Trails games split up though too. So like I have Cold Steel here. For some reason, Cold Steel has 3 folders though. I think this is when I was playing Cold Steel 3. Yeah, this is Cold Steel 3. And then Cold Steel 4 had this one. Back with the old model. Oh man, I totally forgot that Reen always said that's a Whopper. And yeah, anyways, a little bit of behind how the sausage is made, I guess. Maybe one day I'll like put them all in like a Google Drive or something when I make that like community Discord server. I'm guessing the alright, well she already talked.
Thanks a bundle for always having Reset's back. You guys are the best.
The pleasure's all ours.
Damn. The two of you couldn't be any less alike if you tried.
Yeah, I remember hearing Cold Steel 1 and 2 were originally supposed to be one game. 3 and 4 were supposed to be one game and had split. Also true for Daybreak. I feel like that's probably not the case for Daybreak. I feel like Daybreak 1 seemed to like close off a lot of the story beats they left. With like the only real thing the only thing left between Daybreak 1 and 2 really to me kind of felt like the missing what do they call it? The missing Genesis. But with like 3 and 4, they were pretty hard cliffhangers. Like I think you could play Daybreak 1 and like stop there if you wanted, but you probably couldn't play Cold Steel 1 and 2. You couldn't play 3 and 4. You couldn't play like first chapter, second chapter Sky. A lot of those feel more like they were supposed to be one game. Though I don't know if I would say the same for Zero Azure. Yeah, Daybreak 1 kind of gives me like the Reverie vibe in which like it's kind of starting up new stuff or like finishing like kind of threads left from other games. And not really being like part of a like immediate cliffhanger type beat.
Yes, we get that a lot.
We meet again, Spriggan. I'm curious as to what brings you here to Longport.
Yeah, the professor.
I heard all about what transpired in Messeldom. You and Catra had quite the fascinating little excursion by the sound of things.
You know, right when he was finishing saying that last line, I was like, oh yeah, and I don't remember him having glasses, so we can trust him. And then he immediately fucking tilts his glasses.
Word sure does travel fast these days.
Yeah, Cronkite. That was his name.
Let's move to a better spot. Then you can regale me with the finer details.
This is dangerous glasses, by the way. There are Nurge glasses. There are dangerous glasses. This is danger. I still don't fully trust this guy. Like, if he turned out to be evil, I would not be surprised. Yeah, Sky was described as a liberal arc, while Azure Zero's crossbow, Colts to Zerabonia. What does that make Reverie? I think Reverie is actually part of Zero and Azure. I would put Reverie as like a delayed crossbow with a mix of Erabonia, more than an Erabonia mixed with crossbow. Because like Reverie is so crossbow dependent, and then even in the final, like the secret final boss is like the Septarian again. It's very much like closing off everything from the crossbow arc. So I kind of classify it in my brain as a crossbow game. Got it. So they're finally starting to deploy all those fancy new armaments. Guess that explains why Marduk's here. They're helping get those assault frames field ready, right? It's been several hours, or several hours. It's been several, I was thinking hours because I was looking at the time. How would you categorize the Daybreak games? What continent? Yeah, it's definitely the Calvard arc. So like Calvard arc is going to be Daybreak 1, Daybreak 2, and then Beyond the Horizon. Whatever comes after that, I don't know. I think I've heard that it seems like the next game coming out after Beyond the Horizon is still gonna probably be in Calvard. So like the fourth game is probably gonna be Calvard Arc 2, but we'll see. When we get there, we'll see when we get there. It's been several years since the Empire's Panzer Soldats were first developed, but it's taken the Republic until now to make a similar weapon. Marduk and Vern have been working together, with our security division taking the lead on conducting training exercises at each location. The Navy is thinking about developing some somewhat enhanced waterproofing too. And since Professor Cronkite here is one of the developers, he came along as a consultant. They can be used in naval combat? That's so cool. Can they like skim on the water? Like water skates? Yo, water skates on the assault frames would be crazy hard. Cool isn't the word I'd use. It's freaking scary. The military's getting real strong real fast. And do anything to figure out what the president guy's up to. This country's arming itself to the teeth. I don't like it. At least it doesn't seem like he's trying to go the route of the Empire did. Damn, nobody corrected Van. It's like, damn. Yeah, Libero, Crossbow, Erabonia, and Calvard. Is that all of them in the entirety of Zemuria? No, there's still a lot of unexplored areas in Zemuria for sure. Cause you have like Le Mans, Altair, what's the name of the like Northern War? Yeah, Le Mans, Altair, the Elsheim, gosh, I'm blanking on Northern War area, but that area too. There's like a bunch of different countries that like they haven't really touched on that I do want to see. I think I saw Valis, right? Is Valis a place too? Or is Valis just a company? I remember seeing a Zemuria map when I went to Anime Expo and like Kondo was there doing like a showing, and that was really cool. Map of Zemuria. And I think this was exactly the map. Oh, and there's like Orid too, right? Yeah, so looking at this, we got Ambria. North Ambria is the area I was thinking. So there's North Ambria, Remferia, Ored, of course, Elsheim, Valis, Le Mans, Arteria. A lot of unexplored places, and I don't know if they're gonna go through all of them, but I would hope at the very least we end up going to Arteria at least once, because Sky the Third really got a hold on me, and I love the Gross Ritter. The Grossritter as a concept is just really cool to me. Which is why Kevin is one of my favorites. Yeah, Amber is where Purple Lightning is from. Yeah, and that's also where we had the anime, the really dog water anime. Anyways, that Almada legacy matter sounds fascinating. Whether it's connected to the unfolding conflicts in the city or not, I can't be certain. However, it likely bears some relation to your risk management. Your risk management AI's recent assessment too, don't you think? Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah, that's the thing Reset's employer uses, right? Correct. It's a high-performance AI system used for crisis management. We have it installed on the main terminal at Marduk HQ. It collates and consolidates data on people, geography, history, and economy, and then calculates the danger level of the targeted area or the threat level of an entity or organization. Yep, it's basically the cornerstone of Marduk's total security company. Want to know a good anime that you watched when you were young? Sure. What's puzzling is that AI assigned Longport the Red Zone label, which is code for especially dicey. Yeah, things are looking dicey here. And get this, the reason it gave? Unknown. First, the Marchen Garten jacket. Now this. Small wonder that the system admin's on pins and needles. Excuse me. I had assumed it was simply a bug in the program, but evidently Mr. Thorndyke didn't agree.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that slime ball. I liked his voice. That's so. Guessing he sent you and Cassim's unit here to find out what's going on.
Yes, that's right. And as luck would have it, you happened to arrive at the same time. I wish to assess the situation from a new perspective, so I applied for a transfer to Arkwright Solutions, and it was readily approved.
Yasuga no Sora? Yasuga no Sora. Something sky? Sora is sky, right? Yasuga no Sora. Sky of Connection. Is this like an H anime or let's see? Because you do be out here giving a lot of H recommendations. It's from Sphere. Where have I heard from Sphere? What has Sphere done? Translator note, Sora means sky. Yeah, anyways. What's the reason behind the danger assessment? Only thing I could think of is... At present, we have no intention of meddling in the affairs of the city. However, we may reassess our stance depending on the circumstances. Nothing that transpires here will impact me or my work, so I have no obligation to help you. That said, if you come to me with something that aligns with my interest, I will at very least consider offering some advice. You got a stethoscope shoved up your ass, Doc? Okay, well, if we end up needing you guys' help, I'll shoot a message.
Would you mind if we kept in touch during your stay, Mirabelle? That's what friends do, ain't it? Give me a ring anytime. Just don't slack off on your Marchen Garten floor clearing duties, alright? Understood.
Oh, we are so on top of clearing floors, though. You do not need to worry, Mirabelle.
Oh, Kasim, good luck with that training exercise. I'm gonna give it my all, too.
As you should. Show us all what you gained from playing the role of the priestess at the New Year's festival.
Right.
Alright, I think we've learned all we can from just walking around the city.
There's a lot of powerful people here, my brother included. There's also the Divine Blade of Silver and the Golden Butterfly, both of whom are maximum level threats. There must be some reason for them coming here now of all time.
I genuinely forgot that Shizuna showed up for the bit right at the start of the stream.
Perhaps it's related to the assessment provided by the risk management AI. Didn't they say it labeled Longport as a red zone? That's a little worrying, isn't it? But what's more worrying is that we aren't really any closer to finding the people who framed Fawn and poisoned Gian.
Not necessarily.
Huh? What do you mean, not necessarily?
The flower petal's a clue for starters. She said she picked it up at the high-class restaurant over in the 2nd Ward. Is it gonna be the fucking strongest fighter or whatever with the arm tattoo? Thought it looked familiar. Picked up some flowers with this kind of petal during our last trip to Longport, right? Yep, and those flowers are spring lilies.
They're used at mass and during funerals. It's a rare plant that can only be found offshore at the eroded cave. Oh yeah, we went there on our last trip. Its petal's still fresh. Must have fallen off fairly recently. The only people who would have been at the restaurant in the last couple of days would have been the remnants of the Lai family, and the Liu family members charged with handling the aftermath. As Ouroboros made any moves in the Daybreak games, I'm rather fond of certain members like Vita and McBurn. Ouroboros has kind of been on the backseat, to be honest. We have seen a few, like we ran into like Victor, we ran into like some new members too, like Lucretia and Harwood. But they've kind of mostly been like reactive more than proactive in this game so far. Like it's like when the need arises, they just kind of end up there to make sure either things get more crazy or like to keep things in check. If we assume the petal stuck to either the clothes or the shoes to be one of Heiwei's members, then that begs the question, why were they coming and going from the cave in the first place? Somehow I can't picture Fan and Gian strolling the eroded cave picking flowers, even forgetting the fact they're out of action. Okay, I think we all know our next move. Yeah, we gotta rent a boat in the first ward and head to the cave. There's no time like the present. Let's go. Okay. I do miss McBurn though. I hope we see McBurn, I hope we see Vita, I hope we see Duvali. I need them in the Daybreak games. I need to see what Calvard does to them. The Calvard arc has done wonders to some of these characters. Like, as spoilers, like, I've seen, like, Reen, I've seen Altina, and I've seen, like Crow, and, like, Kevin. Like, all of them look really, really good in the Daybreak engine. Risha looked good, too. She kind of got a little big, though. Like, it's kind of getting wild how big she's gotten. But yeah, just something in the Calvard water. I don't think there's like any like small women in Calvard. I was walking around the other day, like last stream, I think. I was looking at every like character, and I don't think there's like a single like not stacked woman in Calvard that like isn't a kid. Whatever they're doing here is like different. Yeah, Vita's reputation as the Azure Diva is probably known all over Zemuria at this point. Yeah, especially after like her role in like Operation Jormungand and like everything that happened in Reverie, like Cold Steel 4. Like I'm sure everyone knows about Vita. If they don't, like they're living under a rock. But yeah, I feel like we barely touched the surface of main story today, but it is what it is. We are doing 2 streams tonight, so I want to give myself a little bit of time to kind of chill. Probably gonna go grab some dinner. Maybe looking at like an 8:30 start for Utawara Ramono. But that being said, I think that's gonna do for our trails today. For everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around, thank you so much. Always appreciate the company. Make sure to go get a bite to eat if you haven't. If you have, congrats. You're healthier than me. Posture check. Hydration check. GG's. Thank you. See y'all in a bit. Until next time.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
GG's. Yeah, your favorite version of Vita is when she's hosting Abentine. Abentine is really good, yeah. Alright, y'all. Peace. 1 reset for the road.
Let's do this.
Very well. Here goes.
Okay.
Sure.
Understood.
Goodbye.